Medi Moses Ayarisabiano, West Africa SHS, Afasio Nuntempe, Franyensesia 0543-842466. Eclipse Collateral Management. For property owners, we say think safety and decent income. And for businesses, we say think funding before projects.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe. EpaHoaDaben. EpaHoaDaben. EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Recently, I've been watching the Public Accounts Committee, and it's so pathetic, you know. Why must we every year congregate at the Public Accounts Committee, and then you hear all kinds of atrocious, you know, things? I mean, recklessness with public funds and resources. And so I have a meeting on Thursday with the Chief Justice, the Attorney General, and others to find a final solution to this Auditor General's report, that persons who are found guilty of infractions or do not follow due procedure or lead to loss of public resources, we must have a fast-track process to Nsawam, you know. Fast-track, before you see you in Nsawam, 6 months. You know, until we do that, until there's a deterrent, we're going to come every year and they say total misappropriation and infractions of found out by the Auditor General is about 15 billion cedis. I mean, if we save 15 billion cedis, can you imagine what it could do? You know, and so we're going to have a meeting, we're going to brainstorm. We've not fully implemented the constitutional provision. There's a part of the provision that says after the Public Accounts Committee has sat on the Auditor General's report, Parliament must set up a committee. What we don't know is whether it should be a parliamentary committee or it's a committee not necessarily made of parliamentarians to implement the findings of the Auditor General. Right now, what we use is the audits, the ARICs. And every department is supposed to set up an ARIC. But once they've come from the Public Accounts Committee, virtually nobody follows up on what's the recommendations that were given. And so the Audit Reports Implementation Committees are not working. And so we must find a way where we are able to create a deterrent until people know that you can be held responsible for these things that you do. They'll continue to do the same. Recently, I've been watching the Public Accounts Committee, and it's so pathetic, you know. Why must we every year congregate at the Public Accounts Committee and then you hear all kinds of atrocious, you know, things? I mean, recklessness with public funds and resources. And so I have a meeting on Thursday with the Chief Justice, the Attorney General, and others to find a final solution to this Auditor General's report, that persons who are found guilty of infractions or do not follow due procedure or lead to loss of public resources, we must have a fast-track process to Nsawam, you know. Fast-track, before you see you in Nsawam, 6 months. You know, until we do that, until there's a deterrent, we're going to come every year and they say total misappropriation and infractions of found out by the Auditor General is about 15 billion cedis. I mean, if we save 15 billion cedis, can you imagine what it could do? You know, and so we're going to have a meeting, we're going to brainstorm. We've not fully implemented the constitutional provision. There's a part of the provision that says after the Public Accounts Committee has sat on the Auditor General's report, Parliament must set up a committee. What we don't know is whether it should be a parliamentary committee or it's a committee not necessarily made of parliamentarians to implement the findings of the Auditor General. Right now, what we use is the audits, the ARICs. And every department is supposed to set up an ARIC. But once they've come from the Public Accounts Committee, virtually nobody follows up on what's the recommendations that were given. And so the audit report implementation committees are not working. And so we must find a way where we are able to create a deterrent until people know that you can be held responsible for these things that you do. They'll continue to do the same thing.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
But the president acts on the authority, not only on the authority, on the advice of the National Security Council. And as at now, this moment, the National Security Council believes that we can win the fight against Galamsey without a state of emergency. The day they advise me otherwise, that, boss, now we need a state of emergency, I will not hesitate in declaring a state of emergency. Lessons learned were that in the next wave, with the formation of NIMOS, that we must deploy the military on a sustained basis, rather than when we make some wins, we withdraw them. But it comes with a cost, because if you send troops and station them permanently to guard the forest reserves, we must feed them, we must provide them with fuel, we must give them vehicles and all the logistics they need to be able to do that. And so that links up with Franklin's question about budget. We need a substantially bigger budget than we have currently to be able to win this war. Happier is good. And my expectation is that the Minister of Finance will give a much bigger allocation to this fight against Galamsey.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Ten good months. No impact. We are just pleading on the government to pay us. We've been working for 10 good months. No salary. Personally, my rent expired in 15th August. I've not been able to pay. My landlord is always asking, when are you paying? I'll be like, they'll pay us. Please give me time. I stay at Fantine. I wake up Kolebu. I take transportation, 42 cities to work every day. How do they expect me to get that money to come to work? You go to work, doctors will write. Check patients' vitals, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Do RBS, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You bath patients, you tend patients every 4 hours. I'm doing all this just for the minister to tell me that he appreciates the work that I'm doing. Appreciation, babe. I don't understand. Which form of appreciation? We are just pleading on the government to pay us. We've been working for 10 good months. No salary. Personally, my rent expired in 15th August. I've not been able to pay. My landlord is always asking, when are you paying? I'll be like, they'll pay us. Please give me time. I stay at Fantine. I wake up Kolebu. I take transportation, 42 cities to work every day. How do they expect me to get that money to come to work? You go to work, doctors will write. Check patients' vitals, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Do RBS, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You bath patients, you tend patients every 4 hours. I'm doing all this just for the minister to tell me that he appreciates the work that I'm doing. Appreciation, babe. I don't understand. Which form of appreciation? How can somebody work and you tell the person I appreciate you for 10 good months? I can't stand it. I'm owing rent. What should I do to be able to pay my rent? I don't understand. They should pay us. Enough is enough.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe. EpaHoaDaben.
Baby, when you say first now you been you shut down politics. You see politics for no money or money into money. But na mumu ebinumu so nti enyina ya ni agi say ebebo ama o man na akoso na ebo 1 o'clock pe na wa ye lawyer ama o man na lawyer for enyina pon akofia koda nyamishra
and if I for year juma abla o mu ndidi wo man mu adai bone be na eja ya aban no and if I for year juma abla o mu ndidi wo man mu adai bone be na eja ya aban no aya bone like ya bone ya ni
but o ade we
Me, I've been transferred. I've been posted from Upper West, but I've been posted to the Blue East to come and teach there. And where I am, I rent. and I have to borrow to rent. And now, currently, even I did not finish payment of the rent, and even it has expired. Where should I get money to repay again or renew the expired room? And where should I get money to pay light bill and water bills? In fact, we are suffering. We are pleading with the president and his people to kindly listen to us. In fact, we also made the next.
EpaHoaDaben sinupi na nokre eye baako
That
pe.
is more than weakness supporting tomato farmers. When they came out, the president directed immediately for GS to purchase their products. So if teachers are teaching with hunger, and you think that is not enough for you to act agently, you think that is not enough, and you want to put us in the 2026 budget, is that what Atu Fosu wants to tell us? Is that what he wants to tell us? This is inhuman. It's inhuman. We're telling him we are not ready for 2026 budget. It should get to him. And I'm even disappointed that he could not even come to talk to us. And he's telling the deputy to come. It means we're not worth his attention. Is that what he's telling us? He should know that we are the people that put him there. The terms that put him there, the terms are still around. And very soon, the time will come. He should be aware of that. What kind of inhuman treatment is that? It was true when the former president said he cannot revive human beings, but he can revive the economy. So he wants to preserve the economy, and we should die. Is that why he's telling us we should die? So that after he has revived the economy, who is the economy going to take care of? So the finance minister must be told that all that he's doing, our cries, our cases are on him. You cannot sabotage us for all this while. What kind of treatment is that? Is it not the only Ghana that this can happen? I should walk to school every day, teach, take the risks, all the risks that I should take. Then you tell me that you won't pay me until 2026 because you want to stabilize economy. What is that? And the deputy, the last time we gave him our petition, persons with disability, it's the same thing he told us. The same thing. And they are telling us the same thing today.
EpaHoaDaben sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Deɛ ɛwɔ hɔ no sɛ mepɛ sɛ mo nyinaa mu hu sɛ ɛyɛ me na mewɔ ballot no so ɛnyɛ obiara enti ebia obi ayɛ wo hi a ɔwɔ me campaign no mamma ne ho hi ɛmbɛtare me ne o yɛ ni asɛm o me ne mo yɛ ni asɛm me ne o yɛ ni asɛm koraa ɛnyɛ saa Mama obi problem embetare me de me no ye ni atem utuma me a me ba beboa o me ba enti me pamocho de e wo ho no se me pese mo nyina mu hu se eye me na me wo ballot no so enye obi a enti ebia obi aye wo hi a owo me campaign no mamma ne ho hi embetare me no ye ni asem o
Happy FM 98.9.
Minimum ye asem. Minimum ye asem kra. Yes sir. Mama obi problem embetare me de me no ye ni atem. Utuma me a me ba beboa o. Ba enti me pamocho mama obi asem embetare me emsai mabrabo wati tamo mami vomo vote no menemo ye ni asem kra medamo ase
EpaHoaDaben sinupi na nokre eye baako pe. EpaHoaDaben enti kabi. EpaHoaDaben enti kabi. EpaHoaDaben EpaHoaDaben. EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Show was when tea happy. EpaHoaDaben. Who could tea baby a cabia, who can say uncle baby.
EpaHoaDaben.
Say it again.
EpaHoaDaben. Now together, EpaHoaDaben.
Awesome.
EpaHoaDaben.
Emra Yedwe, Emra Mene, a former chairman, Greater Accra, Emma NDC Amanyuko, and former vice chair of the FA, Ena Edieshia, chairman Kobina Ade Kuka.
Chairman Emeritus.
Chairman Kwaba.
I'm a Josu.
Papa.
Veteran like you.
Oh, chairman.
So some few years back, you bought BBA.
That's right.
BB Bismark.
That's
right.
EpaHoaDaben.
Baby, when you say first, now you have been shut down politics. You see politics for no money or money and your money. But and I'm more a been so into any near you say a beboama or mine now so now about 1 o'clock. But now I a lawyer, my not lawyer for in your point of fear for that. Yamishra
EpaHoaDaben.
At a sad year, I drew a real show was when tea happy. EpaHoaDaben. Who could tea baby a cabia, who can say uncle baby.
If we Efre oh my Ghana beye oh my betu pona. Check your time 2:30 memwaha emwakwaba eba EpaHoaDaben dwumedie so on Happy 98.9 FM. We are waiting in radio so a obesan so hunu me live on Facebook. Inti me ton sa fro say beyond the radio, join us on Facebook. I have a number of videos to share with you. Me sound so ewo audios ahodwa me no beche. And a number of guests also will be coming into the studio. Inti sharing Facebook na yeni ehia ohun face to face. Uhunu me na me suma hunu. Na odo wano so aton komoni mu bi by leaving a comment on our live stream. We aboko there. Me de me ho ye me ni me team ya ba pampen. Ye ho den pa, ye do bo ade nyankopon ase. Ye botom na nya na mo se ekoye. Ejima imagine pay. Collins agini pay. Ah, what's that my? The same you was so then say no. And so boy waje on pay pressure feel we are ho. Na onso boko de abrabom ti sen wa wodi dwa ekoye wa woton ade edwomu ye to ade ana driver ene 190 mu a drop en ekoye na a teacher phone so omo breo kankan wo mu a ya post omo na anu yi anese phone so omo ya adwuma be ye afinie omo so anu demu a wo mu su wo mu sika akoka akamu junior doctors nso issues with arrears bi bosomi adwuma fo no emu bi enyo mu nyina emu bi esika sem nkoye na won so a wo awodi upa wo tu a won kan so etesen Ibi Ghana we day aluminium okay Ibi Ghana we day there be a more thing there be a more shit but we'll survive sa sem na ya no be impeti we can say we survive na beyond that dey me na be we the to be kwa see finance minister kon wana I share home crying but I was here ka in fact we adwuma na wakatua ma enya depa obi aye adwuma 10 months say no tie nurse ni na working 10 months otikolebu okopantan de bia akọ adwuma ebi an off days be 2 days bi ewo mu but ofa na wotwe na emu dodo na kwani abadie eye between your friend was saying kolebu ene pantan Jimama mun check trotro mame from kolebu to pantan mun check mame me sure say obi akura wonya straight car into obesi Madina na ebi a wasan to aso oba nso a wasan fa ne saa no de aba parenti onya ne single room bi a ne toilet and bath shem the single room hona what the funky to a kitchen kakreja young nurse or the be managing aduane mita no so ebo ho no bosumi bia so top prepared guso sa nurse ni bosumi so a e wo so top pad sa nurse ni e wo so to atade hye ebi kura ba bi o timpo nsuo ni ho enti anopa bia so koto nsuo. Now, can you imagine? Say, o situation nie. Make us say, "Krebi ana sa young days in Sukrano, or nuanu mienu bia, wo mu nyina so dan no. Omo da so school, te bia totofe wampo. Ono na watimi awie nursing, first one. A wanya adwuma. Obekwa ko hem no papa ebi ayade ebi abona moda ho. Ebi kura ne papa kura wa hwe no. Ebi a single mother ana waboa ne bank kakra men na wakɔ nursing wakɔ degree ewie na yafa na adwuma mu na 10 months nie yɛntua ne ka. Mika enye nursefo nko a enye wo mo aban tua wo mo kanko a. There are people in the private sector so a yɛntua wo mo akatua ma wo mo. Na mahunu sade no wo Ghana ha. Eya nkofo pentem abi adwuma. Nkofo pentem start business. But eya edu se omo betua nkofo omo ne omo aye adwuma ka. Na akoda ne bibie wo ho. Enso ono no wokoba wode ne yire ne madidi bibia akoso kama. Wafa nkofo adwuma mu. And look, it goes beyond public sector salary arrears. Omana ye timu nankasa no. Ye nwene welfare ho. Anka bebia the Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations. I was saying any a private sector for so. Nanso akoya se wono amu no kra public sector workers no kra omu hunu omo o maketua ho asem nkan yi. Nti wo den kwoti the new private sector we bia adwuma fa nkofo adwuma mu a wontua omo senate contributions. Wontua katua bosome so abetwem saa. Meanwhile, workers now are expected to work every day. Gaskia Gudaka Deni Nyatefe de Kakwe Ukraine Bakope. And nkofo bie nyuma na omutwi nkofo di ewo manwe mu. The catcher nkofo si apene papa. Adwuma ni wo enti oba ne den. Wa ye ntua oka obi akwa adwuma 3 months. 3 months wo hu na katua ni mu. Onim da sa katua ni mpo emu bosome ba akupo eba. Obi ni obi aye adwuma be 6 months ni. Da bia o jijiwe sha ho kakra. O da bia o de ma transport kakra sa bosumi nsia ni. And omu ni kamafo. The regulators ewo ho ewo so mo hwehwe na yen sisi nkofo wadwuma mu. Omu nyina adampan. Ko factories ahodo mu ne ko hese ne nkofo obre. Enema a woso omo hyede bo omo ho ban se be ya adwuma na omo ye no sunsunsanso enye kese omo apomuden so. Eni ho Oko Chinese factories bi e won kran ha Chinese factories bi e wo tema. Oko hwe heat pa Ghana 40 mu ye adwuma. Ventilation papa bi ani ho. On top of it, sika ye tua wo musika fia. Obekomu no na wo mu senate kura nso ye ntua ma wo mo. Enso da bia wo mu ti heat mu no mo ye adwuma. Omo na wasase su ya ketua bi. Because every day bi obewura sa factory also koye adwuma wo tene nkwa so yade nko an no pack gu ni lanks mu yade nko an no pack gu ni nipadua mu. There are factories in this city who call no mabeka as a concentration camp. But come up for no hwan adwuma ni ho. Adwuma ni ho. Inti se me sori anopa na me nsa hye me dem ni femu ana me nante mantem ho na me hunu ne me de mabra boy ye de. Ame me mfemi nko ebisa. Nkofo ye adwuma wo krom ha no mo ye adwuma factory bo so me omsika kura no 2000 Ghana cedis. What I say? And enya foreigners nko na etwi Ghana fo di. Ya Ghana fo na nso abi adwuma no nso twi Ghana fo ni di pa. Esisie poor working conditions. And for me, enema we ni mu bi enema wasas of mine eya wose di hu nkomo. Your institutions your masade to be inspecting factories, to be inspecting workplaces. Senate for my said and some be check mo system no so winning companies are woman to your workers net. But I must say oko court one weekend I asked Senate for prosecuting cophobia. But most of the time in a woman cofabe report to woman. There are a lot more companies woman fan kofo adwuma pass sankofo na nebribi to omno muntimi nya adwuma biem. Omu benya fallback bi sika bi lamsam bi kwankwanya sika bi afri obekọ pension sika ode bekọ survive kofo bebre ye adwuma na se biribi ne no muntimi nya adwuma bi mu esi omu kwa kire wi ano mu bekọ ko hunse se adwuma na no ye ni nyina ne ntua ne snit. And there's one other thing, tier 2 tier 3 usual be employers bebre ntua adwuma for welfare. Me ma betina ha kan obi de ma no na na mo akonye industry say a different enye different ana me boa ye media industry ya ye wo mu ye media industry ya ye wo mu eno enye different sani nkofo bre of factories mu media fo bebre so bre sa your reporters wo man we mu a wo mo nante kope news ne ba ka akra ni wore kwakofo mo dia ba biwa obi enye ska sim be se BBS radio station be se BBS TV station ni fe na efe anansa de en ani atu agum sa ya bia media schools mushroom media schools because adwuma ni ho obi aye opeso ode ne talent didi kakra no hwese obenya ba bia hye no aye popular no adidi ho a. And because of sad desperation nkofo twi nkofo di yesisi nkofo there are media houses or enkraha Ghana hanomo a nkofo ya adwuma ho 1 year ne yentua wo mo kada obeka se no to ho ye den wo koye den ali so ba ho ala payola bi beba se kra payola kra mabie mu because I didn't see via digital open money no TikTok for jitu de ne no ano no. But oba adwuma mu ala bia ne boss bi be ma na kakra bi ne nipa bi a woni ne nam adi enkra ni esa abrabo no hunu se ne wo bo no woni namu bia. But I tell you enye bibia ne seed ne dollar ne MPP NDC se ye betena se ne ahwe welfare issues a wo ho anka omanfo ho betimi ahenhan wo mo kakra eye discipline enforcement kakra wo say ye adwuma discipline enforcement ene wo say ye adwuma. We need to force nkofo omo so omo bia adwuma omo ye ready so omo ye business to meet a certain minimum standard. So if you see a kind employers so near ye tin wo mo near ye de need you machi near hama the workplace are safe near hama nkofo welfare adwum conditions so mutimu ye adwuma salary nsem ene ehun kro ne ba obi ahyeda pa onim se labor law ne se untimi ne obi nya adwuma 6 months o mreko a wo mano permanent employment status ntino ono ye adwuma na 6 months ne ba beso a na terminate wo contract no na asa wo also starting no for nti da bia you are a contract staff, you are in a loop contract so the salary be na ma wo eni esisi nkofo saa ufo bi adwuma mu na so tua no salary so tua ne senate ema no emfa ho say supermarket awa bie. Yes, udi nipa na to salary so nko ade a emra ne kire se labor commission ebeja office tena no ma twen ma nkofo akọ demonstration ananse nkofo akọ strike no mo tumika akọ court akọ ka cho mo se o mo strike ni illegal na o mo be pay attention to the workplace no ma sheda de o ma so adi akire avesity unannounced. Any workers akasa ni ade a ye betimi ate oman nu emu pressure eso kakra because pressure nkofo ni bi famu a the way omo employers treat you omo pressure nkofo bi namu sanka na dwuma a woye no na katua bra no pepepe ena akatua no nso ye tua no se de wo si etua na onim se oye secured dache yetua ne contributions na akatua ne bantem na akatua no so set effort na adwuma wo ya kofo bebre pressure be kofom because when nurse ni asem a working 10 good months ye fa na adwuma mu nie ohun bosome ba akwa akatua enso de bia she's expected say ne schedule obedi su no aba adwuma na medwene ho amentiase ye wo man a nipa ni ko school a ye pese ye bo ne ho katua allowance ma no oko school no oman ni nye sika bosumi bia atua nursing training allowance bosumi bia ye tua teacher training allowance eno ye tua enso wawie na ya fa na adwuma mu no akatua no ye ntimi ntua and sebuni ni enti etisa because nursing training allowance any teacher training allowance eno no ye digi vote eno ye digi vote nti eno no de obetua because either say opese wo satuma ni biem ana wo position opese otuma no oba nti o shebo kra da no kra ka sa de no kra wo mpa because ohia wo vote nti obeji atum oni sika kro be kokobo besia de aba betua nipa na ko school na wie na fe ya fa na adwumam I expected the best every nipa do ho no na katua ni momu no ye ntimi ntua because that time no ye no wawie abind the kai de beba. I call on the Labor Commission, the Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations. There were Factories Inspectorate Directorate. There were departments a hodwo oma said ne se omo bebo adwumayefo ho ban. Ghana ha aya ebika se ye labor na nye cheap. No cre by your labor na fabi so ye cheap pa because of work conditions, because of said the employers ehunu adwumayefo esese ne dawson labor laws on ye busu dodo with impunity, and half of the problem they say Labor Commission, when I cried the last time I made a Labor Commission, rolling out a national sensitization program ever. Say, ye de Labor Day and I May Day. What is say? I can saying Labor Commission say and a May Day, you might for that. Ye de dano chre you might for one more rights. Labor laws in said dang nipa bebre ye juma omu nisa anim de no. They are being cheated. They are being maltreated. Now no me call China more. Biwo a botiano hono mudiano a near Bain West Hill Small. What? Hiti penny Collins. Hey, na me busa sabe na mola na me na mfru no mu. Hiti pa. I walked out of the place. Meanwhile, Ghana for gumua omo ye adwuma as a dwumayefo air conditioning since you money adu numu no and the heat both customers and the workers wo hojinati heat ni mu and a China for na omo gigi sika no omo ate fan akase achi fan kase sisi omo achi and ehu omo me dwena nam si na den yama ye twiti ye ho saa kakra obedi enti ono nso opɛ ne afo enti obegina hit ni mu now no me Ghana Standards Authority for I think said this would be about almost 4 years in here me plastic galamsey ya me yetia single use plastic here na di me copy o na me wo na Ghana Standards Authority for frame me say ade bi koso ewo oyarefa impotemo ho na illegal Chinese factory bi etwa rubber bags ewo warehouse bi wo ho they are not registered adwuma no omoye no kukuomo adwuma no omoye enti memra na yen kokoba omo kwa akoto ahye wo mo so ena pa vum idi omachia na gya yekoe he enti aha na Ghana fo ye adwuma awurade nyankopɔn na me yam crash hyeme me say enti nipa da sani tena ha ye adwuma how many hours fitia no pa kosi anwumre na wo wura dan ni mu a wo bɛka sɛ ya hyɛda soja ɛwɔ dan ni mu machines nso a ɛyɛ adwuma wɔ dan ni mu nyinaa produce heat almost heat ni mu on top of it they are forced to wear nose mask and timu na mfifire te wo mo and China for na wo mo afa sankofo na adwuma mu no omo abo office ewo warehouse na mu a o but omo de ntabo agye ho and omo de air condition abom so I asked, where are the regulators? Who is protecting the Ghanaian laborer? And I'm di kankan no enya foreigners nku na eye yensa ye ankasa Ghana fo abi enwuma ni bi so more treat Ghanaian workers. In fact, e bi kan masem a orebe ho. But of course, the other side in the be edi ho komo the attitude of the Ghanaian worker and also ye nkomo fofora eya ye taidie but ene ye hwe hanso empempi ena omo ye lazy Ghana for adwuma for mo yakromfo yenim ni nyina ye hunu but the other side of the matter ye ntanka enso ye the way employers it treat your workers welfare issues. Oh yeah, when you break, open loan, open so be a business. You want to be a business owner. Open so away you make you hoka. Now who be a business ni na no na o refi so be fan kwofo adwuma mu ana. Afa edu so betu ankwofo ka na dani asem. Eno so ye suban ben. Me boss bi a me ne adwuma mri bi. Osi bi ade me suro ni se me no ye adwuma na boso mi anso na me nya ska ntu aka. Se o se me kobo besian betu aka krama betu. Me kwa kobo abetu. Because also tena ho no na o imagine se wo no bosomi aso na wayɛ adwuma ne antua ne ka ne yere ne mo bɛyɛ den no ahwɛ mo ne commitment obɛyɛ den ni obligations obɛyɛ den no amiti but adwuma fo ni bi honest ni bi wɔ hɔ a wo mo nwene saa kra ebi kra wura fi sɛ workers so ma form no mo abusua omo oma omo bedidi akwada ne bɛyare obɛkɔ hospital bebre nyini sa yebesre unya ready se ubeye beyi a enkoha ho yesu ni adaje a yenye beyi unya ready so be operate a business and work with people now why you committed to agreement menye esise na doso ewie oba Facebook live a kwan ne da ho ye biatum fa no to nkomo ni mu bi be kire wadwen on a number of issues ochina adwumadie kase bi bekoso ewo NPP headquarters edi adia wono mu omode omhu asi wo so mpeso mutu franka edema party no ewura no mu numu a omo se womo are ready to be the next face of the new patriotic party ochina omo nyina be hyiamu ewo party in headquarters or asylum down here. Now, Omako balloted for their positions on the 31st January exercise elections in Ebebaswono. Into Ochinano, idea sa flag bearer hopeful seeing nada either themselves and answer or more representatives Ebeko party headquarters. Now, Omako balloted omo positions on the ballot paper. Niobeda first, Niobeda second. Near Obeda Seho, and we know the history of ballot positions. Our Ghana Hanamo, Ubia was a mystical understanding and religious or spiritual interpretation. I want the Bema positions. Ahodwa Omubenya. It's just 5, and any Ombekasania call Omo comes Ahodwa it's been some months near almost started a campaign quite recently and a vetting course. So the issue of development fee also came up. Emma flag bearers nebi and a hopefuls nebi a commenting or whom be mukraka said enya de omubetua. Subsequently, rumors been in them say one of the candidates, a engineer, Kwabene Japan, he might or he may have been disqualified. Me no ka say party no fa vetting sunsan so bia meto abonten ka say asumesi ano bentin has been disqualified. Now, owing to some rumors, the camp of engineer Kwabene Japan, at the statement to be about Bontene, our master say, Yensin who better say, say Kwabene Japan, yet disqualify, because untia Sika yesi 400,000 Ghana cedis, I want no as development fee. Ubekaya, he's on record to have said, say, Enya dia, sa anamontuno, ebeboa party, no. Enya de be create a fair playing ground e de ama one no contestants no na edi sikasem ewura politics mu edodo. One of the things you want to find out is say anya bia no otimi tuaye na ekowie saying na yakọ other camps near busa. So far how far with almost campaigns ahodo and the whole psyche of the flag bearer hopefuls as they get up to ballot from oppositions come 31st January 2026. We better see komunimu na yako back to back throughout the 5 camps near Hesenian Komono eko ewo na and when you remfise nkomo foforo bi nso abetomu a na watwia na bae ehyasia on X can Twitter. So Minister in charge of communications the Honorable Samuel Jata George at the adwenkyere bi ebeto emframamu mekire X so na adwenkyere no de bae no esanso kote different reactions ebinumu ene ne ya adwene pa ebimu sususu se we de party funtia na papa e kanesa na enumu ana deputy majority chief whip the Honorable Roxanne Nelson Dapamakpo enso ekotro a similar view on X wha na ono no twro ne de no na asem wo de ka ho ne se sa soldier for age requirement ni age limit na eda ho no eya kwansidie bebre edema emabunu no enkanka NDC foot soldiers eya worried about that because a disqualifier wo mumu bebre. And from where he sits as deputy majority chief whip no sa complaints we be abananim. He also went ahead to offer some information. Say, we check it with other countries. Age limits are one more pese a call soldier jumanimu from private level, Bob rank. Na oha Africa hano dodo na no etwamu the age 30. We are yedin komobi ni abusa say 2 MPC from the majority side in somewhere womo de abano. As on my I was see yes hu nkonwa ne di hu nkomo ana because you see ya wo maburu bebre wo man mu a omo ho odene omo raste in fact omo training na omo betimi aboa soja adwuma and other security agencies, but obia won the age limit. Sa age limit no ebi se ema enipa dodo a still omo wa hoden a nkomo betimi asomo oman no emma wo mo akwanya mo mo nsomo oman. And it is adding on to the unemployment figures. Is this a genuine concern? Wa utiemi we unsu hunu ana party for pedwuma yi bia nkomo yi bia na yefa kwan foforo so ayedi ana. Is there a genuine need to review the age requirement to enter the military and other security agencies? And I say motivated by the fact that expectations near high na party foot soldiers nso hia dwuma ye, and therefore I was say party for her kwan be fa so a omo be meet sa expectations nyina. Now the other question is pros and cons. Say you review age, from baby a 25. In fact, where the 18 mu or kwa utimi wuremu. Cut off point by 25 for the year. And say utimi etwa subim. Na wabusa ho say advantage be in a womb if all limit age requirement into ABR 25. Say beyond 25, you can't enter the military as a private. And advantage be in soon a womb. Say ye be peja mudia ko baby to say senior honorable Dafema ko propose 30-35. Honorable Sam George say yeah between 30 so where say betima peja cut off point into age 30. And no the ya advantages being pa na a womb. A political advantage. And now say it will be a human resource advantage to the military. Genuinely. Asoja for no, omo hiya omo di 30 to start as private ana. Ejuma na ewo ho omo kwakwa no obi a wedi 30 years ontimi nya na. Ewe ye bedi san komo ani abo ho nkomo. Emabunu, I'm talking to you this afternoon. Join me. Mu ama try. Some of the military ni mu a yedi age awe mo no. You want to share your experience with us this afternoon? Bra Facebook Live and let's get talking. Obetimi so at the messages na for WhatsApp so on 0594 051145. Major break and kind nini so at the amount. Actually, maybe phone lines now we're joining in with your comments and views. Now, as I'm quite that no share we are yedi home komo Mahu the big push agenda ya na no His Excellency the President EpaHoaDaben say yede sikabutini bi ato hono mo a yede ba beye road infrastructure ye beye akwan sort ase akwan a eba be linke the districts capitals na linke regions no nso so akwan a eba be linke oman no to yen immediate neighbors nso so. And of course yen nyina yen the importance of akwan to an economy. Say akwan ya en number ye ebebe krum ya akwan ya e malore fair so kra esote sanisa driver for spare parts e ho nsamo enye problem e kwan ni ya to da bi kra won consume fuel bebre because traffic nim won kogina fa akwan hye fuel ansa na wasan to aso e kwan ni ya e sanso bo amanfo ho ban e kwan ni ya e me economy ni mu bie e moman mu ye fe na ye nyina ye hia kwan nanso ye nyina nso yenim se ye disika na eye enni si aban ba ye big push baby omudi omani esi a omu yi sika ne kese e de free ho pa eye oil sika yenya e free fango a yetumu na eno e lead to insunsanso bi me no ka say the Public Interest Accountability Committee, PIAC, ede omo semi-annual report 2025 di enaba. Omo your observation be na it is quite worrying. Omo say the big push agenda no affect budgetary allocations e was edema petroleum sector agencies. For the first half of the year, sika ewasi edema petroleum agencies ema omutimi yo omajuma GNPC, Ghana Gas, NPA, any all other petroleum sector agencies ema omode be running no ene yatesu say who ena sika no dodo na no yede kwakọ support the big push agenda. Ene piak se sadie no ebetimi a weaken the petroleum sector because regulators bebre wo ho omu depending on budgetary allocation. Indeed yene uka say allocation nanka ban eye edema petroleum agencies no eswate. For example, GNPC yati one more allocation so from 30% to 15%. And it is because government must deliver the big push and deliver road infrastructure to Omanfo. But it is not coming without a cost. Some state institutions would have to suffer a bit more and sana yetimi achieve the big push. Question is, implications in the den, impact in the den, and are there any other sources I able to me raising funding to support petroleum sector agencies na? We are coming hona explore sankomwe, any sankomwe. We'll get into the PIAC report. We'll talk to the energy experts as well. Na we so ya bomu any MPP 5 flag bearer hopefuls here comes in Sweden komo na ya check send enema ko and ochina exercise na ebeba so no so ye disa enkomo no. And of course ye ni wonu mu ete security ase ni omo maye so de adwuma e bi nso be di nkomo ne ahwe near the thinking behind Ghana, yen age limit requirement to enter the military, and why it is necessary. So what's here when ye peja age ni mu. Ye be din komo ni nyina ni abon komo no. Join us live on Facebook na fa o comments bra ni kenkan emfa ema enche ne de wafutu sem no ebrewo na yate asimu so di nkranhye sem no aka ho e de ato aso. Medical catch us say ye wo customer service week or china na che say customer service week, you know, eba na wie ya nesa na ne ye ne se ye nkran hyesem no ye di tu esanso inspire won mo a womo anigi se womo ebe hye womo ankasa adwuma se meka won mo a omai startups bi ase ana se womo run SMEs ana obi mpo a opese wono ankasa hye ni business bi ase business kuma bi. And there's a small container bill saying a tabletop. So online crying a small business beer. And then you best sound so shopping your kakra. Now in a spirit of customer service week, you know, ya pick a thing or two. I bet me dia kan yenim dia ho. Na yetimi ede a cry and customers in a ye se be ya. You omuni be nyini abomu. O customer any business. Your customer is your business. Wo de aduane kosi kwan ho no obi ambeto a uni business ni oba beto no ono ni wo business no enya aduane na esi ho no eye ni oba spending ni sika but say nipa na how would you treat that person? How do you treat that person? Say you treating no eye said ye wo hunu no ewe ye beti afa ho na ye di sa enkomo enyina da. Don't forget say we are also in the breast cancer awareness month October. Intino brano no will be dropping hints niema ba ko mienu miensa wo se unsu hunu say ya de bebo onufo ho eban ye se mema nso nya bi ti mema no se ho anaja bema o miemia no ho de ya na ye sonwe bi de yo can you imagine o da ho na miemia nufu asembe nkura ni but ye se ya miemia kwajo ya miemia nufu o se odo de na bobo anu miemia na eja wa hwe se ababia mbeda mu a ababia beda mu a na eja what the amount doctor for now omo ahwe EpaHoaDaben dwumadi ni bidi ne Bismark Brown from Bibi meje sododo
Bibi onim say first na ye binumu ye sheda ampe politics ye say politics for no manyo made entomunye ba na mumu ebinumu so nti enyina ye ni agi say ye bebo ama oman na akoso na ebo 1 o'clock pe na wa ye lawyer ama oman na lawyer for enyina pon akofia koda nyamishra
Nyamisha wo nsoso ne baabi a wo bia so aka ye ho ne de nkomo no ehyehyɛ so na said da me de eye afutusem no eba no enenso me de afutusem no eba wakwan mu nsuo eto ebe se na mienu nie no ye nyina ye de ye ne ehunu bi ema ye nyina bedi ho adanse se nsuo no the last 2 days atopa na ye nyina nso ebedi adanse ba ko bi se ade ba ko a nsuo eto ye ada na die beyond the flats no plastic garbage ahodo a nsuo no ada na die a ene me na okasa ebi kura da so egu ye major streets so a ye hunu ne ye mfanye ni nyina plastic waste and sa plastic waste ni nyina so single use plastic enko beka single use plastic a me pa kire plastic a u use de ya de a asa awie ni aka nyina ye ball a useless uni hweye biem untimi fanya biem in fact say o perfofre ne ya obesanya bi enti da bia ne wanya no ball amount single use plastic say obi use a wusu use ebi any disposable cup. How many of you any call sports obi disposable cup a we use obeji say we use. In fact, to the extent that disposable cup we use no we san kwa another round of thoughts what the two was san yi disposable cup from ye hwe guma. That is how fast ye generate plastic waste ye memu. And my observer sadie na who say yemfa ye ni nko na ya adwene nko because ade bi a ema abrabo ye convenient mayen. By now ko blue kiosk bi obi akogina ho one nadamfo omo bonkomo omo kwakope kakra di ja also mutwa bi ansa no makodidi
EpaHoaDaben 98.9
ene yento yemfa ha ne ntoto ba ko mienu bi ne fa nkodidi e tom ko blue kiosk no mu gina mu na nkomodidi a na obi anye ne 2222 no mahwie disposable cup onum wie ye no box bi sinanim ho wajade atum omudi nkomo atim se ade ne mfa ne yie aduane no kwakodi no oso otimi edu level bi ansa no atimi afesi aduane no na wasan ye madam my tutu nka ho ne yi another disposable cup ne abudi agum no wanom obitimi enom owia no asan akọ no aba ne asan yi another disposable cup enti nipa baako 8 thoughts of appear or toye ya mano 8 different disposable cups. Every round the beer, a man disposable cup for. So disposable cup no ekwahin. Bolem. So disposable cup no utu from the chef from wa empro china.
EpaHoaDaben 98.9
Obian so fanye hwebiem. Adane bola. Sanso na rubber na yede emu ni gu mu ma wo no. Udi emu ni wie ye rubber no untimi fanye hwebiem. Eni ntia no so adane bola. Ewie misra wada. Ni obetimi ayama me na obeyama wo ho no ayama o men. Eni se ade bia wo de single use plastic ye bia no hwehwe ni alternative. And it is possible. It is possible. Bibia what the single use plastic there ubenya ne alternative. So asen ne de chance nkoto aduane. Koko pe flask ade bia no na de to koko. Pe bowl eto shop. Pe bowl eto car nim. Pe bowl
98.9
office fashion office draw nim. When it is lunch time, na person koto bayra ya chia. Fa obo no esi u paper bag mu. E fan share rubber bag mu. And it is even decent. Nefa koto waduane no. Fabra office, fabra fie, fabra shop, and eat in dignity. Obekwana ya tomu emo no robem, emo shishi ya tegu robem. Na kwabenani aba office or office canteen the be office canteen or yon kwan na good table so because the plate say plate no yempe plate biem yem plate your rubber meka polythene bag eno na yen nipa plate say Ghana for yem plate e polythene bag into a botai kra obekwa koto dokono egu rubber mu e de aba office a canteen ababa titi ebie rubber ni mu abranti a wabota baba wa ye nice makeup on the chance mu odidi rubber so na rubber na wodidi so no rubber na ebola. In fact at the time wa wodidi so na nkasa na ebola because wodidi we are the next thing e kobola mu aduane kakra wodi hwe fia wu oye efi so a se fia ye kanye fia e ka wonko. It is affecting the entire environment everywhere. Rubber aden inti ne rubber ye environment mu hunu ana Ya gata mu nyina ya polythene bags inti mu hunu ana. Pure water gu baabi inti mu hunu ana. Pe bottle water gata si mu nyina ya ma. Ya besre. Adwebrel. Mama yema ya adwene 98.9 enko sa na montuo yi so. Na ye nyina yen kambom say no to single use plastic. Ti ho di utirim kai ho say ene o kwa koto toothpaste ba ko a unhia rubber. O koto a tin of milk unhia say de be shete kawe rubber mu amaw. Sadi mienu na okoto ye no unhia rubber. Who drive it? You are driving. Well, we're supermarket. What to Milo? A tin of Milo. What to milk? Baby akakra. Car na ukrefian so na woko. Rubber na woji agumu no de kwahe. Ukodu fia. O Milo ne o milk ukoyi e de ahye o cabinet mu. One more rubber no e de ato bolem. Why? Mama yenyina yenye na yenjai. Every single use plastic. But we also want to call on government say abayhwena yempe a policy, a sustainable policy to deal with single use plastic. We ought to be bold. Amain bia ye edi omonensi form say omo de single use plastic no oma bani omo memu. Omo economy ngu ye. They are even doing better than yen. Omo environment eye neat. Omo ni problem with agriculture. Ye men ye omen a oba de hira asase no enso ene ye de rubber poison yen sase. Me say bedu bribi akuafo bekofuom e de sekan wo fom o de wo fom a rubber no kwakoto. Nsuo to a entimi nsane nkwa asase na se na konoreshe asase na manobaya bo. Isane say asase ne layers ni nyina ye de rubber nkwa na ewurawura mu. It's a national security crisis, and we ought to pay attention to it. The government ought to be bold with a policy, therefore regulating. Say no to single-use plastic and help save the environment. Your foot sem aye dia brewe na wie enie.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe. EpaHoaDaben. EpaHoaDaben.
Eba sisia.
Efri nua hini ekosi nro efri haban ede konkwa Ghana bibidro di tumi sorry anwodene ene nukremu ebre no dro say ye de Ghana Herbal Conference de di kan kra ebro jumadie ebekoso December bosomene da etoso miensa ekopim enum ewo Prempe Assembly Hall Kumasi asemtitra ede jumadie ne so ne Harmony in Herbalism, Balancing Tradition and Innovation. Bra na bahwe akwan hodo a ye bibinro na hunu enu ahodo a yayo ewo Ghana ha na ne adunsifo akukudan ene wonom a wo ye bibinro mu hwemu eni nkoma ehun hia sa adwumadie wonom omaso yasene amiade bramo eye the Ministry of Health, Ghana Federation of Traditional Medicine Practitioners Association, GAFTRAM, Food and Drugs Authority, FDA, and the Center for Plant Medicine Research. Bomodia na kwa be fontin tankese ne so www.ghanaherbalconference.com. DHE ewa be fontin tankese ahodo ne so at Ghana Herbal Conference. So pese obeda wunu a wayo no edi anase ope baby a ubetimi di wunu na sie ewo dwumade na se a bomodia na frɛ yɛn ewo tetefo homa yi so 0202-222-095. Ana before forms ewo YFM Kumasi Inshaye so ben MTN Inshira FM anase Love FM. Ghana Herbal Conference, our roots, our remedy.
Your property holds the power to transform your future. Welcome to Eclipse Collateral Management, the game changer in turning property documents into profits. We are not just another service. We are your partner in unlocking sustainable income and fueling business growth. With prime brokerage, collateral brokerage, credit brokerage, and land documents perfection, we are redefining what is possible for property owners and business owners alike. At Eclipse, we have built a primary depository platform, a secure, innovative space where property property owners like you can lodge your documents and earn risk-free, sustainable income. For businesses struggling to secure funding, we provide collateral solutions you need to thrive and grow. Every move we make is backed by a rigorous credit appraisal process, so you know you are in safe hands. Find us at Adenta Barrier near Medi Moses Hospital, beside the West African Senior High School wall. Call 054-383-2466 today. At Eclipse Collateral Management, for property owners, we say, think safety and decent income. And for business owners, we say, think funding before projects.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Africa is rising with innovation. The future of food systems is here with African youth at its center. Join change makers, agri-entrepreneurs, youth, industry actors, government, private sector, agri-enthusiasts at the 3rd edition of the Agricultural Innovation for Africa AIA Conference, brought to you by Cosmos Innovation Center Ghana. The theme for the conference is African Youth Leveraging Innovation for Sustainable Food Systems. Date 9th to 10th October 2025 from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. each day and online across Africa. Venue, City Conference Center, University of Ghana. Don't miss out interesting events like the Deal Room, the Agri-Industry Exhibition, masterclasses on food innovation techniques and regulations, Agri-Biz Youth Clinic, and many more. AIA Conference, Youth-Led Innovation for Africa. AIA Conference. See you there. To register, visit www.aiaconference.org. To sponsor or become an exhibitor, call 0531 025 375. Event partners, Agra and Cosmos Energy. Media partners, Global Media Alliance, YFM, Happy FM, and E Productions.
One everywhere you go. Big goal. For the friends and the family. Big goal. Big refreshing moment. Big goal. For the kids and the adults. Big goal. Boys and girls with a drink up. Big goal. Everywhere the party day. Big goal. We go mash up the place with the big goal. Greatest in every battle. Big goal. Big goal. Big goal. Big goal. Big goal. Big goal. Greatest in every battle. Big O, big refreshing moments.
Big O drink, big refreshing moment.
Another quality product from Trillium Industries. This advert is FDA approved.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Welcome back. EpaHoaDaben Jumedie Enie. It brings us to 22 minutes gone past the hour 3. Na your next segment ye nkran hyesem na ye fantum quickly na fe yenko ahomano sunkudi yen first and komo na in the spirit of customer service week sene ye wo mu no and series na ya hyase na wotwi ene se ye bema onomo a omo ahye wo mo adwuma se startups ne SMEs a few tips on betimi e dia manage wo mo customers ne eye isane say as startups and SMEs you know say utimi so customers year we initial customers so mu year omo na eba be wo more customers e dia ma na yam pempi a lot of young people are womo ewo wo mo adwuma na womo hye mo adwuma se no they lose a lot of customers, good customers are and commit the potential of the future of that business and some pempi you know they lose out on that we kakra ye de to ania aka ni nyina ho ene say also who send a friend feedback management. Also who send obe manage feedback or customers at the bemao. Obi e catch us say aduane na wo ye no enchene edos wo mu a memfa ne tra. Pay attention to it. Na nipa ne kanon so mano wo attention nyina. Mani nipa ne hunu say asem na wo kano ehu hia because nipa no so ehu hia no. Na de ba kwa winim ni say most customers of startups, yes, our customers they have a genuine passion to see you succeed. They tell you genuinely what they feel and what they think. But only emotional intelligence as a young CEO and a young entrepreneur, and here some of these will get under your skin and a bit miyama will lose your customer. Anyway, they can on say know how to manage feedback. Negative criticism be a baby. Give it all your attention and let the customer feel say it is equally an important issue to you as a test to him. We any yafutu semwa yade ebrewo. Now with that said, yenkodi enen komo na yehwe issues a eda epono so.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Mebe kwa homa no so sesi akwa kodi nkomo bi na enkomo a mekwa kodi no efa petroleum revenue eya yenya unse Ghana to I think said the year 2010 and ye fear say ye to oil in commercial quantities. Na ye fear say ye to oil no Ghana fo bebre busa sika ye benya de free oil ni mu ene ne ye de beye. Public Interest Accountability Committee womo semi-annual report for 2025 for Modiabano. Omo kan sembi omo say Ghana's petroleum revenue drops by 56% in first half of 2025. Na mekai headline we na mekai say asebwe ase matedao ti research mu na mekohu say Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy SEMSI akasasemi eda
98.9.
Omo can say crude oil below $70 threaten Ghana's 2025 revenue targets. NA Piak say revenue we get from yen oil no are dropping by 56% first half of the year 2025. Benjamin Insia, executive director, Emma Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy, SEMSE. I'm kwa humano so, na mini nkudi enkomo. Ben, medo asida Emma kwa baba EpaHoaDaben so. Na bokode. So let me start off like this. Uhusa headline say Ghana's petroleum revenue drops by 56% in first half of 2025. No, what hit you?
I think that it was a good
Happy FM 98.9.
Because there was a bo GMPC abaso. I don't know whether it is this current government or the previous government. But obi bia na ohwa or hedge your products no and also turn your products no in advance no eboa Ghana pa.
Mentiase eboa me nemeti for nentiase what went on?
Genti America say anka your liftings no ye turn real time nka bia your revenue shortfall no be worse than the year observing.
Really?
Yes, because we have real-time data. Free April, no, early June, any July, no, product price no was below $70 per barrel. Until we have any more filled no talo, any ENI, or musica or munya free petroleum assurance and normal liftings no. Was very lower compared to the Ghana Nyae. Ghana Nyae $73 averagely per barrel, whilst Yenuanumi Taloni ENI Omuji 69 and then 68 respectively. I think that they did not hedge. Now Omu market and say be a market no ebekuyi amomo, but Ghana for no a hedge yentino Omu buono Omu nya born in advance. Emma ebo muma yenya sa revenue ya yenya yi say enye se hedge na unia na ye de ka output decline no ho ahanka your revenue no a shortfall by about 70%. So I think we must commend those managers now on taking decision no.
And within what period NSA hedging will cost so and obetimi aboa meti for it's a bit of a technical term for omo eti and say nkofo bi take decision so omo be hedge and oil no eno na aboa nka bi anka revenue anka be lose no e be chain ye ka ho asem yi sa hedging ye den na e cost within what period are boss managers na baso
we share report na and to me entre period
okay
be a previous government and I said the current government and a D fango no hu dwa e de to ho. So hedging is a risk management strategy say unnim future prices of commodities including oil nti woni obi be kwa pam say me produce oil we na eba gitum say ye beton ni sei anasa wo beton ni sei nti say e betru na say bo no eso tia because of say me ni wagi atum no
okay
e wo so to no sa pepepe say e bedu nso na say bo no kosoro a there could be swaps but say me ni obetumi agi atum say me ni wagi atum say e wo say wo ton ni sei ni mame no e bo no kosoro kra sa na e wo say wo ton mame nti e na me ka say wo hwe free April eba some of the liftings now saying can you factor real time prices of the products on the market and can be a nya price now nya ye no okay be nya less than that now ye the output decline swat na and can your revenue expectation no shortfall no be about 70%. But report 90 man say current government anything bargaining well for better prices and as a previous government and a bargaining well for better prices in terms of hedging report 90 man but I think we must commend the GMPC this time for doing the right thing and yes anka in terms of oil revenue.
Be that as it may, your revenue are dropping by 56%. At the end of this, I drop way back because oil no there. It was hyped to the extent that Ghana for any dash pass you bet me they are solving your developmental problems bebre. It is oil sika ye free money short here. It is a matter of concern. At the end na koba sika ye hwe ni mono so atesa.
Okay, PIAC report now. The major reason. Some say your projection was that price could be a factor in declining revenue. But Russia PIAC report no the abana. Person much say any price of the product.
Okay.
Minimum the output from the various fields now you produce oil no. There was a sharp decline of your output no, in the first half of 2025 to 2024. And this sharp decline no, is not new.
You mean in the first half of 2024 to 2025? Okay.
That sharp decline is new.
Okay.
Our oil upstream is collapsing. Until say yebe stakeholders apɛ kwan pa a revival sector no mo bi anya gidie bi amfiri mu sɛ yɛbɛnya sika papa bi afiri mu bio because output has been declining since 2019 and the first half of 2025 we know is one of the worst. It's not even one, it's the worst output yenya since they started oil production.
Hey.
West. We initial stages if you are started producing in Kitty Mono. Yes, started producing since 2015. This is the worst performance.
And so Bebo, patch say many be a bit ama your revenue swati bia send crude prices in be determined on the international market. But PIAC for report no price of crude no nama your revenue ni swati. na mmom no oil nankasa ne dodoɔ na yetuo no sese no yentu no dodoɔ saa dodoɔ no swate oil wells ne mma enough oil. Is that the point you are making?
So there are two things. You see, your crude revenue projection in the budget has been known. It's $74 per barrel.
Okay.
Which is a 5-year moving average. I established. Last year, yet meet on your product will be $84 per barrel.
Okay.
Until last year price, it was low. Until the last year price, compare this year price, it means that price of the product, it affected revenues. But if you compare the revenue expectation from the upstream to the 2025 budget, and no interest, it was a BT your revenue expectation for 2025. I don't know whether I'm making it clear.
I'm struggling to get it.
Your revenue expectation for 2025, $1 billion.
Okay.
Now your revenue expectation, around $74 per barrel.
Okay.
It is a GMPC. Ecoton your liftings, around $74 per barrel. It means that the auto any day benchmarking in our budget a pay. In this year the budget wise anka say your liftings a constant and as output a constant with the first half of 2024. It means that our revenue expectation for this year's budget will be met.
Okay.
In America say you on the budget level a only output and a shortfall low but say you on year prices and also affect your revenue from the sector, right? Last year 84, this year 74, a bema revenue a shortfall, but revenue shortfall any point say affect your current budget, which is the 2025 budget, if your output is constant. But unfortunately for us, output so a decline here.
Output, which you mean oil na you to no quantity ana.
Quantity
Great.
Oil na you to no quantity
A swati.
A decline here. A swati kra. Inti a swati kra Emma minya usika e was
a project so binyano.
A project in this year's budget.
Yeah.
Unya says kano. Nasa odi to last year budget who dia and dia waboka buburu. That is what happening. And that shows that our oil sector is in serious danger. Because since 2018, Yentumi signed contract for Frobia. Yentumi signed contract for Frobia no. Since last year, Yenshida Jumadi Kesia Bia was sector, especially by the large operators in the sector. And as I say, companies stating now more do to one I feel no more mobilizing resources cry asserting exploitation or exploration. Inti ama ye oil sector no ewo babi e wono eni kwan se Ghana ni bia de nani to so se e wo se etiminya sika de ye mpuntuduma pi. And that is a threat to our budget and threat to equitable distribution of your resources now to most of the projects are buying earmarking for the big push, because a chunk of the revenues for the big push aside mineral royalties I will say a free oil, and that is why the government projected in a little over $1 billion from oil. But the first half when you're only 360 assuming the second half ubenya 400 crore, it means that for budget projection, we are likely going to shortfall by about 30%. Now shortfall about 30%. That's a udi a move about 80% and eco big push now. It means that 2 billion are all expecting year on year for big push project you don't get it. And that is why SEMSE is calling on government, say big push projects there are too many and very ambitious. Inti e was otiso. So that otiswa esika kakra na e wono ye betumi adirected yakoho atumi awie die betumi awie na se ye be chefo frase a ya chefo frase enye sa kroma no one of the things a high budget p a project delays ne agenda 111 it sebio eguru mu a ebe say yesika kwa ne national cathedral esiwo asay yesika kwa and sometimes the cost needed, and I said the revenues needed to even complete projects, will even be more than Sika. The budget to was say the shares because of project delays. Yes, Rabbi. The CEO who said the Sika every oil sector, and must say the was a banner. The big push, the numerous projects are outlined on cutting this project, and let's focus on those we can complete with the available resources, complete them, and begin new ones again. In new program outline as a work plan.
Because obviously big push at the pressure about beto petroleum revenues, but I am quite interested in this bit of Nkomono where you talk about nientia oil la yetu no quantity na yeho animu no eswate. Watcha from 2018 yenhunu a major activity bia within the sector about 13 or so oil companies are A2 oil wahano. Womo enshedanye major activity bia. PIAC also observes to say Ghana is not attracting new investments in its upstream petroleum industry to the extent that new petroleum agreement has been signed since 2018. No new, I beg your pardon, no new petroleum agreement has been signed since 2018, as you also make reference to. Question is, Ghana yang upstream petroleum sector no, are they any attractive for BMU? Oil now, you need oil enough within our wells, and why are we not attracting new investment? And are there players in this woman so no, what's the issue with our oil?
Okay, so Nyama Bibri. But the kind one government policy.
Okay.
The inconsistency with respect to government policy. The previous government, had a lot of challenges in the sector because of the unitization of ENI and then Springfield. Unitization, maybe championed by local content, and as a yema indigenous
Ghana for
some of these projects tawantawa bi ba between Ghana company and a foreign company.
Okay.
The foreign companies ebi hu sa no omo free Ghana because omo say Ghana in terms of regulation they're consistent.
Okay.
Aban bi aba on approach out the cost sector and any investor bi a obehwe say onye consistent osuro so babedi djuma e wo mai mu.
Sure.
Because nim aban for any the oba beye. So most of the guys left our field. Chevron, ExxonMobil and others. Nan komo peso mu ebinum ezete o kai kra na ye nuanom aka.
Yeah.
Energy and kra be story kroma because one say omu free ye mai mu ha.
Yeah.
Because of that regime, regulatory policies are here neighbor. The second part also beyond inconsistency in regime policies. The second part is also climate change.
Okay.
And what other countries are providing for IOCs and I say international oil companies.
Okay.
So climate change bit, is in a way that most of or more investors, because of countries' climate specific investment in it, omuntumi sika pi enfama ha.
Okay.
Because yes or no, your reserve and approving reserve is so. They also measure economies of scale. Somebody beba Ghana, nama benya ne kitu amudie. I didn't tell me fanko Guyana.
Okay.
I didn't tell me fanko Brazil. I didn't tell me fanko the Gulf of Caribbean and even Canada. And ne almost discover oil in larger quantities.
Because no sikano krano or struggles will be sikadia beye because of you kind of saying climate issues.
Yes, climate issues. Right. And so nyakran swa it was or say Hifa na mede kwa
Minyan misika back.
Menya misika back. Ti dudu na ma nti wo hia from 2018 ekono we've gone 14 road shows. 14 road shows ne say yakobo ye upstream no hu dawro at 14 international programs. Emu bia ni ho a e contract ba akokra bai.
Hey, yaboka.
Yes.
Any oil na boy so.
Yes, because of the inconsistency with the regulation. And that be a problem. Oman ye want the misunderstanding of states and government.
Okay.
Ye nim se adi way oman dia ene ye nim se we amanyoku a wadi nkunim se obehwe oman no so dia.
Pache se bibia na ye politics oman ni mu.
Ye politics. In terms of policy approach, politics. It is our policy approach. And you're consistent with data. Abribiano investor be so beba. Until the crack also the bano or train.
I remember. I quite remember. Say, Emrana President John Dramani Mahama campaign in one of his stakeholder engagements. Unsena our bottom up approach bia or the meet identifiable groups na. And there was one such session with Alisa Hotel. And I think he met the diplomatic community, development partners, international business community. No? And one of the concerns of some of the participants, and they made reference to oil companies are a movie away from Ghana because a bina nemuntua se ye chinchimbe bimunsa. Policies need be a target be more unfairly and all of that. I remember say President Mahama assure we say obey president one of the key things obey is to try and re-attract, if there is any expression like that, re-attract because of inimical government policies, you know. So far 10 months in here with this PIAC report, and this is half of the year report. Wohunu anamontuo bi ni abanya ho keka towards redeeming yen image and restoring confidence of the investor community in a petroleum upstream sector. Is there a clear sign say abanya position and abanya movement in here different from what MPP used to do at Pamonko for?
Okay, so the yate and they say abanya say obe review the legal and regulatory space.
Okay.
Until you review your legal space now. Sa niema ana nsema emma your sector no enye very attractive no. We look at them and then put some corrective measures. The other part no nso ne your regulation. Say Petroleum Commission, the jumadi a OD as I edit the attraction of IOCs, no, and also you correct. So we've heard of review, but as of now, no, you nimba be a review, no, adu, because there are a lot of reviews about ways to yehu babi adu. So apart from that, no, you should who any conscious, intentional planner are buying put in place to attract IOCs into the space. The other part is which previous government also cry here. If some of the IOCs and to me and you mujumadi also mudia, you extended concessions and I say contract so don't be to me a year or mujumadi. They won't say I buy you so no. I extended some of these contracts for either mobilization or exploration. Yes, so bit maybe. But the major important tool is within the framework of climate change, within the framework of other investment attractive destinations compared to Ghana, no, I was saying in Echnasi. Now, your system, no, the idea in Tia, ye lose from the space. And say to me, you put certain corrective measures, and no beboa, ama yenya. But I say, yes, I mean, your sector is in serious crisis, and you are not a toa.
let me pick your thoughts on this very last one. I mean, Jawo, there is a lineup. I was here first animal, but Patrick can we kakran san wako. The Petroleum Revenue Management Act 2011 Act 815 ehunu some amendments. Na PIAC is observing say amendment no eji some state institutions bia na omoye beneficiaries of ABFA funding. One of such institutions is Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund. And per the amendment, omunya funding from the ABFA. And quite apart from that, Agenda 111 projects, and so per the amendment, enya funding from ABFA. And that would also mean, say, Agenda 111 would be affected. Where they can the impact of revenue shortfalls, on the big push agenda. Agenda 111 and so be affected. But I'm quite worried about an institution like the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund. Guess what? The Ghana Investment Infrastructure Fund, or invested $30 million in the Terminal 3 project. And then Terminal 3 are returning $5.5 million between 2017 and 2019 alone. Now, this institution, because of policy decision, any amendment of the act, onya financial support from the ABFA BM. Question is, are we sure, say, institutions na regulated the petroleum sector and be survive under this kind of policy and amendment, Anna?
I think Piaka, maybe government projected that for main core gift, but maybe started with Piaka. Yeah, government projected that revenue inflows will decline. And for that matter, last year, almost I think around 20 million, I think 11.6 or so million dollars. Cedis rather, sorry. But this year, almost about 4 million cedis or so.
Eswati cry.
Eswati, and so this will be affecting Omujumadi. And I think the government critically needs to look at it. But also, I was saying here, the focus of government. Because they say, the entire PIAC be here a lot of resources compared to, be here less resources rather. Compared to previous years, previous years, now PIAC projects are scattered across districts. And for that matter, they needed these resources to monitor these projects at the various district level. But Abanwe as a sunny focus, say instead of say projects, you have to be called district level, you have the nationalized projects. International projects, you may not need huge resources, all the visit district to look at the various projects and at their various completion stages. Because Kumasi Expressway, had to Kumasi now, say some rail infrastructure, some road infrastructure, a place where say a marketer, certain urban areas, and I put out these markets. So, but the problem with it is that PIAC projects are here, and anything makers or minor, we look at it from the perspective of government and not the state. PIAC projects are here somewhere 2015. It is a already amended 815 to 1138. Eka say projects no focus on your big pusher. Sa projects na kano. So one directly assemblies. Among assemblies, going to be that project na I say, and that is the political instability with respect to completion of projects. And so one map yak susika. Amma went to be uncoffled. I'm cohesive these projects are, which means Obian a report on these projects. Now I say, you have wasted a lot of resources on that. So I think government position there was so review. The position is a PIAC in yes because Neno Ajumano and I say the scanning and also to say But I was saying, projects ni biya kawurama. I was a pia koshe. Now making sure says our projects ni bit complete.
So before you move on to give, what you are painting is that with government's policy, you know, localized PIAC projects, which means that the districts are going to be denied projects are PIAC. I identify say a nationalize no. It is the say bianca a bear PIAC project say EDC a health center a community no. And now buying so nationalizing such projects in TBA the year quine between two districts of that area. But at the end of the day, PIAC Juma goes beyond projects are almost super so moye. PIAC Juma kese bako any accountability and transparency. Say nya sika betimi dia yo adwuma ni year. O nationalized project no who investigation and who transparency and who accountability and so ebeto sini. Into bosi ebe wi no na ntimi holdi abai accountable for sika nya from petroleum revenue year because Omwankasa were denied enough resources to be able to do that job.
Okay, Miniamedasi. PIAC only projects. Projects are PIAC a monitor a report on a projects under AVFE, annual budget funding amounts. The PIAC na no ni projects, but law no and the Casa University being called annual budget funding amount, which is about 70%. Na sa projects no PIAC nkohe and projects no span from infrastructure, agri, education, social services. Sa projects ne was a PIAC kohe say sikana yesi they call annual budget funding amount no you utilizing the that is it. But okay, the 1138 the annual budget funding amount no I realigning the annual budget funding amount to what we call the big push. In this, we are realigning to big pusher. Say a district level projector, not a projector as soon because I buy no three police or the Sikane national projects. Linking highways, maybe rail infrastructure if they will, maybe agri sector, creating agri banks, service farms within areas.
Now, Ben, and yet Mintrano, and yes, such huge projects in Pone require say PIAC could be well resourced to do a comprehensive job.
You see, huge projects now make
because Beno, we a national project. Opeso who how are buying a use sika to launch a bianco conketing. You have to do a very comprehensive observation and sign away to me how the money has really been used. Will PIAC be effective with this?
But the emphasis between and say, "I buying susu mono na dream mono, right?" The entire what is Sikano sono one. Piana or project is a revenues a bit shortfall because last year Sika yenya in excess of $1 billion. This year, Yesika yenya are projecting a year almost at $1 billion and $30 million. Into revenue expectation no grano are reducing. This revenue expectation are reduced. I think based on the percentage crap PIAC in the APF, they be reduced. Because that is one. The second part also ni say the entire be aban so yemu oti sika no so ni say quantity no na ABFA ya scatter across the country. Nti say o faka o call regional level, o better hotel, o be call monitoring site monitoring. Nti site monitoring ni hotels na o better ne cars a o de kono. E bia na ne cost element no e wo soro.
Okay.
Compared to say bia o fa Kumasi kwan so Accra to Kumasi bia onko krokitwa biamu. Nti sa wonko krokitwa biamu a krokitwa mu budget no what year free ho nti what year free it is likely going to affect your expenditure and that means our expenditure be decreasing.
Yeah.
Now respect to your question now bisa say bi on be here sika kese for some of these projects no. Some of these bigger projects no sometimes ye here ne kese any bia technical report or the bema so be assess technical report and site visitation. To reconcile report no the amount any more and site visit make a buying timu but it's all reality. Site visitation for some of these national projects would cost quite lesser because there are not many.
Okay.
Compared to projects scattered across the country. But the emphasis change now say site visitation is lesser on the big push project, compared to ABFA projects, It was said by saying who said PIAC will need a lot of resources to even monitor previous projects because previous projects no complete here. Complete and this many sick based on a new idea of the big push, a bit affected completion of previous projects. So
but so here are by orientation, which is now tilted towards the big pusher. Sir, ABFA projects, do you think sir buying be revisit anytime soon?
Obey to me, I revisit, especially part of the budget, also channels some part of the oil revenues, to DACF. And for the first time, DACF, a bit more margin about 6 million Ghana cedis. I think say a more to Kakra. It is a buy person complete some of these projects. A bit more directly DCs and municipal assembly or more chief executives and the mayors. Say Sikana Ebam Hono, one directly being found completely FVFA projects.
And I think, sir, in relation to that, the DACF allocation corner went with specific directives, if you recall. Assemblies in specific projects. It's probably the case that government is thinking along the way you are thinking. But let's end on GIF. Near say almost so being hacked off the ABF, justified and how will it impact Omujumedi?
My position has always been clear on how we run and govern our country. Our governance system is based on regime, is based on current government, and that has impacted us. A high MP, Amaya wasted a lot of resources. So if GIF and the organization and as an institution and all support to the funding of most of these Agenda 111 and other expenditure projects are because of government new focus and here on channel and as a one channel it means that projects do not become and I sense what I owe my car. Say Banso Sebia Obama GIF. I monitor most of these big push projects no one creating new secretariat.
Okay.
It means that was a sunny focus from the Agenda 111 to only new focus, new projects. And also a bus we've wasted a lot of resources in that side. Intimately, I put up money and say politicians from the perspective of state and not a political party. And that is why Pierre recommended say projects maybe I was say develop a national plan. So the national plan will exceed government because the national plan will be a state plan. It is a way of buying not over. I will say with this now buy it me and use it efficiently and effectively. But say a national planner, political parties and their government will continue to waste our resources, just like they are wasting resources on Agenda 111. And if this government man cut the numbers of big push projects, one man cut not or starting or listen to me near some wasting resources in that area. Not a pay me no me no car. Indeed, ye petroleum revenue no. Sabi you be and find ye be papa bia and wire mine than say you wasting on uncompleted projects in Kwan.
Benjamin Insia, infam common in Siha, na mena wase. Na mena kono, I'm just quoting the last observation made by PIAC to end the convo. Say, with the latest amendment of the Act, Agenda 111 project, which received ABFA of 2.6 billion Ghana cedis from 2021 to 2024, will no longer be allocated critical funding of the ABFA. Tibebiane Enyesika Edeye Agenda 111 free the year 2021, ABC 2024, with the amendment of the Act. Which Act? And govern the way sika yenye free oil revenue mu ye use no yenya sika ni bia ye de bi koye agenda 111 ye de bi support other projects. Terminal 3 was done by Ghana Investment Infrastructure Fund. Also, any allocation from the ABFA. And ya amend the act no ama give me any projects to say no ye Terminal 3 ni BM. So question is for projects like Agenda 111 a buying or mine sika dika ko shemu de da no. Ya amende mrana scanning free ABF home baby mu no. Ehin fa na ban identify akoyi scanning free ho na yede akotwa agenda 111 no eso. Is it the end of agenda 111 and now Aban is coming up with an innovative way obetima register e agenda 111 project no. Yedi komo ye bon komo. Later we'll talk to PIAC themselves na yadi omo deep omo reporti ehon enkomo. Don't forget we have also booked to talk to the New Patriotic Party and the 5 camps are almost seeking flag bearer slot. Ochina ena womo ekwakwa ballote eyi womo positions on the ballot paper for 31st January 2026. Want to catch up with senior omo campaign akọ and how ready they are for Ochina exercise. Omo numbers bi omo positions bi omo person omo peke ana. We'll get into all of that. But the conversation about a soldier for age requirement no nso ye nkomo edapo no so. And 2 members of the majority agreement the den say I was say etimi pagya age ni mu do at least 30 and not 35 years. Obi e di 30 years afi no beko soldier. Obi e di 35 years afi no beko soldier. But enye 30 years ne 35 fo nyina na omo agon. Ebi ho odin po chen 18 for. Obi a we di 30 wanyi ahenkwa. Anyway. Well, mpenifo ni si enhwe na nka yempagya age ni mu na cut off point no nkonkoye 22 ana 25 na emomo no anka yempagya mu ndu 30 35 ebeboa ebe affect military in any way ana na omo proposes ano. Have they asked the military why omo pege age limit no at baby e wono? Pros and cons ye den. Politically motivated because your pejuma ma party full soldiers and I genuinely as a nation I would say reconsider sa age cutoff point way. Oba Facebook obetimi Edward no atun komo no bi na wabekire wadwene eje brain ma kenkan o messages no so e de amaw EpaHoaDaben dwumadi ni.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Your property holds the power to transform your future. Welcome to Eclipse Collateral Management, the game changer in turning property documents into profits. We are not just another service. We are your partner in unlocking sustainable income and fueling business growth. With prime brokerage, collateral brokerage, credit brokerage, and land documents perfection, we are redefining what is possible for property owners and business owners alike. At Eclipse, we have built a primary depository platform, a secure, innovative space where property owners like you can lodge your documents and earn risk-free, sustainable income. For businesses struggling to secure funding, we provide collateral solutions you need to thrive and grow. Every move we make is backed by a rigorous credit appraisal process, so you know you are in safe hands. Find us at Adenta Barrier near Medi Moses Hospital, beside the West African Senior High School wall. Call 054 383-2466 today. At Eclipse Collateral Management, for property owners, we say, think safety and decent income. And for business owners, we say, think funding before projects.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
98.9 FM EpaHoaDaben dwumadi ni. Welcome back. Mame ko Facebook na me kan messages ni be. Oparisu hum or say aka Dr. Brian Beba Also, I beg NPP delegates, power is what we need as a party, not just a candidate to lead the party. Let's vote Dr. Brian Champon, the unifier candidate who can mobilize both Ken and Baumia supporters together for us to win Power 2028. Mr. President, declare a state of emergency now to stop Galamsey. And Odiaba say meeting CJ and AG can't stop the Galamsey killing. The Galamsey killing Ghanaians. Again, it can't stop the fuel prices from increasing every day. Greetings to Honorable Lawyer Odame, Suhum NPP Secretary, and also Lawyer JFK, National Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, and Ode Esiho.
Happy FM.
Yes, the president is actually supposed to have a meeting with the Attorney General and other key government and Thursday. So I'm sure said there'll be cabinet meeting. And one of the issues are Mampeni Epese Udi Hunkomo a car ye bo a man we move through public corruption and answer civil service corruption. Oshe ni ekoso public accounts committee anymore airtime pa papa mpanimfo pa etimi betena ho krono ene entronti nom guom ho animu ase poto document a oye chief director obetimi aye call ne de abra o se ma 2 days na fa bra afi na kobo letter no afi na kobo letter and I'm happy say committee chair in the ranking womo the omonensi form. What's chief director? You are not moving an inch. Frenienfa letter nemra. Ministry no ya. Frenienfa letter nemra. Unko baby ya.
98.9.
What's the letter no ho? Letter no ho me famre. What's the amount 2 days? Tina heya. And ebwa pa. But His Excellency has concerns over the weaknesses in arrangement, legal regime, and how we're able to punish one more edi omunsabe for abansika ase ya na ye krokro womo na ye defe womo bisa no nti o say na woni AGO meeting that conversation will definitely come up but the issue of military recruitment and age limit ni age cutoff point asemba ko eda pono so na pese ekodi enkomo kakra wo ho na yesua de nso so ewo ho na yehwe baby ede nkomo ni nyina no ebe kwakwa wie isa ne say ne utia 2 members of the majority ede adwenkyere bi aba betudwa na adwenkyere a omodi aba ne say
Happy FM 98.9.
recruitment age into the military almost suggest say anka yempeja mu na endu to say 35 years old so be already 35 ebetimi enso akọ military emu na senior community atwetwe adwenkyere hodo e de aba on social media. There are so many people almost ka say eyo ya pa say age every woman but hwo mo omahoden a omo betimi aye military adwuma no opani ba ko a soja adwuma wadi bie na odia kodi major echire kra so de no ho bewura amanyosemu ebe survey in public office as deputy defense minister be emrahye bedwani kwa homa no so ne Major Derek Odro retired eni nkomo kakra na insua de na enti ono so na dwenkyere e wo sa ensem ehu Major retired otimenka Happy FM suni memwa ha
ya Major suni na mo hote zen
oba de adoma kra ye hu ye na we eti nka che
abenso me ho den pa
ya da nyame ase papa sa enlistment age in Komoya, Honorable Sam George, ne Honorable Dafema Po Ekofa Bay. Uhunu is saying you've been a deputy defense minister before, was serving within the military at a high rank of major. As on mine, you do pempenswa a bit me na ankaya peja sa age limit in Mubi Muana. Say ankasa age requirement into the military private air day.
Minia soja no yewumu nkrabata mienu.
Okay.
Se base ye chichibu a yewo officers and men or women. Officers no
omo dia friend enlistment ye fa wo mai enlistment into the Ghana Armed Forces.
Okay.
Say junior ranks no non-commissioned officers no ye fa wo mai friend recruitment. Recruitment into the Ghana Armed Forces. But I mixing the two nina. Enlistment here graduates.
Okay.
Yeah, do more officers among be leaders. I'm a command other ranks.
Okay.
Almost start with the recruit. Now, ansana wako diso jadon. Why you recruit answer? Because other rank side no be recruit. Because you be recruit too. I'm working recruit training center. Now pass it out after about 6 months. So pass it out now we be a full soldier. The best say we a private soldier. And the private soldier for money more recruitment age, but obi obey be a start as a recruit. Obey recruit pay our training center. Now pass it out Yamau first rank on apim in the other rank side no. Then I say a home comedia say Omefa recruit Omefa recruitment no. Yes no between 18 years and 25 years. Inya embabunu ombeti ayi training no. Minu military training enough form. Say onim na wonko bi da ya officer ye easy e bi ko duru ha o mu dwane because onhu bi da okona se hardship no o sorry an opportunity to be about 4:35 o'clock oko roll run o ba ye no a ye ma wonhume na ye say afi na mo ko ye cleaning e wo mo compound we wi e no a no na fe o ko dware would be able to click. What dress it now? Come morning, training, say your drill, say your weapon training, say your education, say your day tactics. You know, and to you now, no time. And to poor cry, head I say, who pay out as you go and change over, and also cry period. Subject of its own, changing parade. So some few minutes as the next training. And I deal with boom 3 months of your training, you know. I feel now open a one country mount me. Obeko bush exercise. Obenanti bush. Sa Yaraboni be also BP. And now say hepatitis B. Won't mean your training, no. Ube. If you don't call a judge, a back door, a cocoa room, and my omuku would be a. And until training, no, and you're by a wardrobe. Now, some of my training, which may be no. I just saw pass it test to be a battle fitness test. Now, what me finally, what pass it out from training center. Now, it means that we are fit for battle. Because so jada obedi no a corner obeko enti se wontimi na so ya dipa bebre feli am ya se yi wo madi am I happy life we are young man na so wo wantimi anye akopu abude training na wo kwa because of say bilum wa na ebia na ni age no wodi hinta the best certificate diama no anything no or quack you know, none of watching no. Nothing, well, when you need to say the footballers who are when you pa as you say or 17
football
or
age
16. As soon as you are number 30 something, while we be you look Sada soldier will be this soldier and the warriors, so what? If you don't obey me, you know, I can't obey this about so on worry or woda. And you are back a crave people and watching with the center. Your cousin Kukuru, wait, you cry with me. And this Anna, a unity. Yet, armed forces, a set standard. so je bi owo wi asibia no omo standard enti wetin ya kan say Togo Liberia Nigeria Cameroon South Africa what is to Ghana who standard near say Ghana is standard near high. That is how we qualify it a high. Now see person emerald load ya then you say you go fan kokra old age for mo mbeye na standard no conform. Can you imagine say what we there say we a bodyguard to the president now you old man won't even to America kra. Can you defend the president? Won't you provide security? And a percent standard number from the then any so but a bit more often say a employment avenue. It is not an ordinary employment. A situation be a yedi kwako bo man ho by a employment say for the pamia who pass out to a wako tiaka say we are human tiaka there. But a special employment I maintain standards. Standards no should not fall below certain points.
But Major,
the soldier for aye. So we be soldier no and 30 years. We be soldier no 30 years and sana work pension. And it's only 25 years. Na so go di 30 years I say we be about 55 years. And sana work pension. Now at that age, you know, 55 years, that's so Jansuno, a young who dear Jumano. Not sure be even civil service the Kurana, or 1 year you could have on a 60 years. I will be quiet, no, I old pa. Not military pa, and so be a bit Nanti. Free Bayer and Vansebia, Accra, Ebia Bema Camp, O Kododoa. Unam form, would you be so Tremica? Because the Konya dia you withdraw in haste with the America. Now also no akuma cry bo peri won't me nko.
Major,
let me tell you point blank say even operations na ye kono. Kokra na e wo mu a say o manya be 50 years. Nia this is years e bi o hide the age ni ade no de ba ye you know wo mu han kwada no pa.
Akwan be no ha wo mu.
If it's a woko a year, a Juman as a way, no, wouldn't mean yet, you say we are to so. Or Yabel, Malinglin, or Yare, or say you are call hospital. Now can't go down Kwan a Jumano. In the Asoko century, by 2 times, and son are the action. But aqua by 3 or 4 times, and son, because senior and you will be, you know, or your old man, they say, or no, on Tiapo.
But Major,
Yakwa weather no enye Lebanon.
Sa wo musa no.
Bad weather. Okodi ade. Nkokra fo ntimi kura.
Ba Major, ye kan no krese ya hoode adwuma ye hia moja mono ye hia won mom ye medically fit. But ebi nso argument ni se ohwe enipa ni bia wo madi 30 kwa. Ebi no mu kura no mo chance an come ye medically fit than obi mpa wadi 18 years so. Yes, say your standard ne high. But ebi nso sue ne say high standard no so ejankophobia nka. Omo wa hoden ayema omo chance na ye prove omo ahoden medically a. Anko metimi asomo man. Eno nso uhunu ne sen.
Me hunu say obia wo chance obia bakakodi so we okakodi officer so okakodi other rank a year o go through medical examination. Na bi nkora be bire kura feli. Nkora no kura ye kan no e bi feli. E bire e feli. Ena mpanifo obi a wanyine so no e feli. Nti obi a wo equal chance say wo ya examine wo.
Obi a wo equal chance to be assessed medically, but what the age limit to ho a se nipa no wedi 30 na medically or ye fit kra penny age ni o age requirement in quantity no onya the opportunity.
Me say doctor for ebetimi a kire o say as you grow no na woniema bebre a wo mu no na e ba fom normal na doctor for the betimi a kire kire o mu say wo nyini no na woniema if you brains kura no na e ba fom We are kwada. Unyini na brains no unyini. Unyini do certain a year. Brain cells no everywhere is not replaceable. So and until now will be but from tina akokora na brewa. Unyini a bedroom be na aso ya kwada.
Yeah.
That is it. And the age, you know, account to papa. Now age, you know, training center, no, you say hard on the training ground, easy at the battlefield. What day would me pass it through the hour, which made the soldier, no? So when Timmy pass it through, you cannot cope. And the training, you know, day. Now training, you know, now when you knew so, when we did, and you wouldn't tell me, you know, papi, wouldn't you mean your training, you know? So, I don't know, so wouldn't you mean your training, there? Now you can say, you reduce, you know, now yes, no, we are lowering the standard.
Major, how about say Ankagana be taking a more flexible approach? Say there are 30-year-olds almost stamina. Womo ewa hoden. Ye di omo ko kwaye medical tester, omo betimi apase ni nyina. Sankrofo no ewo bribi omo betimi di aboa military no. Aden na yen take a flexible approach enkase se onipa no eye medically qualified na wadi 30 na 35 ye ma no chance no don kosum se ne
bibia yo yasik measuring gauge ni say yasik ni say ye the age e dey measure we nyina
na 30 ebro so ana
me say ya set standard no say a year according to the will be able to say yeah, for teenagers, I'm on my age, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We are teenager. We'll be able to when you're 20. If we say, oh, so you're teenager, I say, was it 20? Yes.
20.
20.
And you're 20.
So, what is that when you're teenager? Yes, you want teenagers and that is the standard. Even business field, business is standards. Our one person fall below the standard. And the Juma now, who yet to the standards now must set here. Na Bibia teach ma about a year consider Emma Wuntimin, yes. Ultimate meet standards, no. You have no business to stay in that office. And the standard na ya shato wono soja e say regulation wom and ya say ansa na be no say ya after certain years no say why you want be 25 years first 5 years ahodin wo soro the next 5 years I am 15 years. Now, I want in a so tibem. Ubenya 20 years, 25 years, no, neko from pa. But the knowledge that we want, why training, why a skill in certain aspects. It is happening here with knowledge, you know, so even though we are weak, but with knowledge, you know, my young gono escapoto wo ultimate man. But I'll go beyond that one. No liability to the system. You was such a probably liability to the system. When I'm abontinous or Kono Suja Tarakura, will be answer, will be Magramina, will be in the Mediso Japan. Hold my way also, Jenny Posha to Alia Betimabuno. Yes, what says that you was now called the episode grabber now, now you also to grab ever. But what said you walk now I old, and Nimina old, now walk, now what to go so on and was so betting abuno. As if Sojan Tokani Echo. So, and you know, and Toka Mekano, a physical, but a battle, say, and Toka war and a walker. Now, if you are not stronger, you cannot do it. And yet, by Rabbi, and your cocoa, any course, and I will call no, and I'll go back, and I'll go dino. And your normal employment avenue. There were so many employment avenues.
Now, Major,
special.
Major,
se bibi na to me ya yanko ne yakọ ye bob begel say papa nya fe na wo betwe ho aminka me man story bi so what time a ye call Liberia
kakra
na me wo point platoon because ni mu pa bridge bi na me ko be e friend shuffling bridge obi a o tie bi a wonim sa place wo na me wani mu pa na rebels be attack your position me hu say me right most trench na soldier for be mienu me nsan wo mo no na hwa ye din me nti se tuo bi eto ho nti me nim say e bia etuo aka wo mo na some days back na etuo kan soldier for ni bi e mo mu bleed wi because e ja no anu odin nti no obi antimi emuvu and attack no sustain ya for a long period onko le wo ma ya bleed ni pa mi no ma bleed awu and you know ban sa no ya ma bi say warrant officer how ya me platoon w no o mo dey no onko ho no onko ye say sa trench no so ja for no wo no bibia to wo ana
okay
unim dey say w no kind
baby
sir my pickings no grow what's in the manyini because when you say ko na wi atu obeka no ne ma na oje de bia omu nyanyini o hwe omu school wie no
ojo omu ho
my young soldier will not think about like that so
because ebia for a young soldier oni ba na say dey
David not getting no e kon no so not getting no soldier no so old soldier na say grown up soldier or divided attention say ani atum sa na e kwen say e normal ya and ye sister wo mum wo bia ba na fe wo ma awo ko ba
Babejo wo kan military ni special enye ente se adwuma bia keke but Ghana so enye Ghana nkon so ne wo military other countries so military e den na ma Ghana de no e so special
standard me pese me de beto to other country say bo we country we di wo hwe Ghana armed forces are standard ni high very very high in terms of everything. Yako Liberia, any West African countries be Blakokushia. Now ye standard ni high because of the yastic and access standards na you maintain was a soldier mono. So what else other countries now they almost sustain casualties, high casualties, Ghana the Ghana ni baku na say ya na ebia Nigeria ni because one person that you Ghana you look at you are all over the place. Nigeria about 30 can die. You see, it was standard. It is a person say so say it's a normal employment avenue. Nti yamfa obi anwu. Kwarasa, yeba more employment was somewhere. But the other ask him say conversation way what maybe I free by say NDC for supporters to say woman is so munya chance. Ghana forces don't for a political party. And just one individual political party in Kuandia. The whole Ghana. It is yes, no yedi mano. And yet against one political party supporters. All citizens, who could do so between 18 and 25. Yes. So be Nakaze, ye reduce my way, and your chance no one finding crow for Mudan. Say be other side, your politics. Na Jimmy.
Major,
yentum na ebinum political party bi anya enkrofo no for omunwuram bebre na o mama yesojes da bi ye maintain standard no na nya bebre wo mu aya young no kura de bi nya chance kura no ma akọ because we set standard no na say ye wie wo pass it through the recruitment system now we call screening. Uko medical examination na ye select na say on merit kura na ye dey select ya you want ni kura nya chance ya okofa old ones agwagogum no one be liability to the system.
Major, my infant community with this last question. Ghana military na wo survey wo mu no any high standards na ya set ya to ho no. What's nature na he enkowo no be free ba ene the way a emeburu no so aso mu denden a ususu se pressure no betimi ayeden ama the hierarchy of the military ebe concede na omo ati age so ana.
Yes. Conversation air course for barracks everywhere. Say, microphone person be say so jalma.
Sana what?
If you are not within, I won't take that no. So just one kasa. I just said you bet you kasa. Any be a high commander. Now say the public relation officer. But the rank and file of the military no. Discipline na wo so je mo no. You be a bit akasa kire media. Yeah, no idea. You have to be careful. So, because I am minister paying, I am member of parliament paying. And to me, can group no, won't mean Kasa Obidia. No, I'm not part of them. Out of the Ghana Armed Forces, me just serving soldier. So,
now so what's it there now?
Almost say here is our legislature. Soldier no yes, no more. And I say the politics. And I say every day and a normal employment avenue, you know, so the man for baby, they quiet in yard. I don't go for a PWD Yajuma. PWD Yajuma. Your bank, your Ghana Water Company. Here are what they can say. And look around Hono, Yadia. Now go to me, so I don't quite Juma. What do you mean, the Jumano? But where do you hear physical fitness? Now, the I employment, you know. So, I do be a Juma, but I do you hear standard DB and standard Okudi. We are say we qualify for battle. It's in your friends a battle fitness test. What do you and just a test and pass here? I'm pressing crowd to me.
Major, do you think
operation our Lebanon, Liberia, Congo, and just want pass the battle fitness test. Yes, I would mean call. I will grab to me and call more sign. I was a bit more day by nature, a bit more day, but
Major, ya fa komoni si hanamenda wase ne awie ne onkomodie nchirichirimu ne wadwenkyere a wode abeto asem so. Happy FM ne meti for that papa.
Yo, miss me that baby.
Opani amene ne kasa ye Major Derek Odro retired. Former deputy minister in charge of defense, former member of parliament as well. Enti yemfa nkomo ne nto aso ewa ha wa otie me wonso wugina he ewo san nkomo yi ho age requirement no yen review na yen pagyamu ma omo di 30-35 nso nko military ni mu ana ko se ne bi kire no obi o ha wa di 30 enso no ho de nchen 21-year-old but major point ni say yen stick to standards say na nhyehyeye ne tia yen koso ne yen du susa because ono ni susue mu no eno na aboa Ghana military no standards but standards nso we it must respond to the times and emebunu bebre wa hoden but omu ni adwuma ye obi say we di 25 and some months na okọ recruitment no onya message a Ghana forces they send and they say
98.9
or you're disqualified because or you're 25 years 3 months 1 week old into wabro enlistment age no so obi so de any say ya ka che say we di 25 and so weeks kakra da so into or you're 25 years 3 weeks old into anya dia omiti age requirement no but these are people omo carry omo ho den such people ye ma wo the opportunity some kwa medical examination na omo be pass ya sanke betime use omo major things otherwise monso ade na wonso adwene tie e wosa aseme ho. Join us live on Facebook na for adwenkyere no ebra but it's here again. The 14th Ghana Economic Forum is here again. And no, any Ghana's most influential platform yɛde economic dialogue ana yɛdidi ɔman sikasɛm ntotoyɛ ɛho nkɔmmɔ nti wobɛjoin in Wednesday the 29th of October 2025 ɛwɔ Kempiski Hotel, Gold Coast City, Accra. And you are going to meet over 300 leaders from government, from business, from the diplomatic community, and our development partners. Yɛnyinaa are gathering under one theme, a currency stability, a reset for sustainable economic growth. That will be happening on the 28th, in fact, 29th of October, Wednesday, 2025. Now, there will be other powerful plenary sessions about treaty subjects like strengthening the economy and finance, unlocking energy and renewable solutions, and we'll also be talking about transforming agriculture and its value chains. Expect bold conversations, actionable strategies, and a high-level networking. Now, we know and shape Ghana's industrial future. The Ghana Economic Forum 2025, powered by the Business and Financial Times, with support from one of valued partners and sponsors, Bank of Ghana, Fidelity Bank, KPMG Ghana, Arthur Energy Africa, Republic Bank, Olam Agri, as well as Ghana Stock Exchange, PURC, Bui Power Authority, Ghana Gas, Gridco, VRA, the Bank Hospital, HR Certification Center, and of course, yours truly, Happy 98.9 FM. Don't miss out on this defining national conversation. And for more person who cost your partners, now mobile sponsor, and you can call 0244 689 521 and now 0209 457 427. Mrs. Subiem 0209 457 427. Obetimi nso visit one website GhanaEconomicForum.com. The 14th Ghana Economic Forum. This is where Ghana's future takes shape. Join us on the 29th of October, Wednesday, and let's make this happen. Danube company Semin Kanfo Mao said an incredible offer, a 50% discount on all home appliances and I think so their top range of premium home products. One more quality furniture, ope a demon kunya, ope kitchen cabinet, ope empa, and niema yedisi fie, fie ye homely, fie ye welcoming, fie ye warm. Emma ifie eye baby apesa wotena eniema ebema waye comfortable and feel cozy ni nyinaa bi obenya wo Danube meni wo kan omo prices unbeatable se ukohunu omo sofas ukohunu wono interior decor accessories ahodo a womo wa ugina kire be yo se ade we de mintimi nto just gather the courage ni bowra wono showroom ho, it will amaze you. Price tags are ebobo niema no. Now, niema no bo from deda and almost suma of 50% discount. That is half of bibia obetobia. Bronya beba, spec your room and change your living environment. Obeko Danube. Now, wako make you your choice. We have a range of premium home products ubetimi asource a free a ho. Na senya ye kan offer ya yedema with 50% discount bra. Enkotena ho afebo enche na yewie nti wenya kakra to ho don't waste it. Find your way to Danube and spend that money wisely there. Get some discount and get some quality with you back home. Yawo Abelenpe Junction opposite the Allied Heights. Obefreya 0509 403 664 0509 403 664. Danube say enkanchiro say afin so say ekobase bia but more than say obefre number no na yama wo enkyerɛkyerɛ ne eye direction say be ya obetimi aba. Danube Home your ultimate destination for transforming houses into beautiful homes. kɔ ne kɔgye wo deɛ na biribia nso enye kama emfa emma wo na sɛdeɛ ɛteɛ no yɛn nyinaa yɛhunu sɛdeɛ bitimi aboa na nneɛma kɔnkan ɛde ama yɛn buro nya bɛba yɛnkɔ yɛfie na biribia enye kama yɛntin si the new patriotic party ni mu na yɛnkɔbusa ɔkyena dwumadie kɛseɛ bi bɛba so ɛwɔ party no headquarters as the 5 contenders ɛbɛba bɛpeke wɔn positions on the ballot nti obɛka sɛ wɔn bɛ ballote for their positions on the ballot paper na we want to touch base with camps ahodoɔ no na yɛhwɛ sɛdeɛ campaign akɔ so far ɛne ahoboaboa towards January and of course ɔkyena exercise no yɛnkɔ na yɛn first stop ɛbɛyɛ Dr. Brian Echampong ne camp Eric Chum ekasa edema Dr. Brian Echampong. Let's engage Eric and find out what's new from the camp. Eric, memwa handa wasewie. Boko die.
Nyame adom akoso e.
Nyame adom campaign e kwasɛn e kɔ yie die.
Nyame adom bibia to yie me no ka sɛ yɛwɔ nkramante na yeguso a yɛbɔ apro anope yɛ constituencies in the after the baby people Iowa so central area there
Happy FM
98.9
Sɛ oka sɛ bibia koye bibia kama beyond baby ama visiting ne ɛda mo animu no what is actually the response on the ground ɛdeɛ ne deɛ na ɔdo nsa sisu ka sɛ Dr. Brian Echampong ne campaign ni koye resonate na bibia dead say January 31 victory be any dia e dia na don say siso
won say na no ekoto abai MPP yentimi enim na ama party follow bebre no aye mobo ama moto entino de omo hwe enim na say penyo obi a obekenyan party no no de nisade hu bi eba bonten a omo ene ni daso na obi a edi nechi na yakọ abato no 2028 no na edi nkunim di aba ndi bebi bia ebedu bia no uni say Dr. Brian Echampong oka nkabomu ho asem boni be unity say ni ebe kan ho abom na ya pray akoye nim na edi nkunim di aba 2028 and the party for the Omaya crowd na no so ekoto abano na some primaries and them say nipa menu na omo ati jemu na omo dinkan na o share nkoma ekoso say na obi sorry na watu amani we na we aton amani we na akoye say yekodu pepenso a party for no GDC ye de ononyamfo Dr. Brian Echampong eba saa nneɛma na ɛkɔ no asubetwa na yɛatae n'akyi na yɛde no akɔ abatoɔ no na nkudumdi aba nti no ɛyɛ joint ɔbroni fɛ biribi sɛ mutual expectations de ɔmo kita sɛ yɛnya obi a okita saa nimdeɛ no na wabɔ ne ho mmɔden ɛwɔ party no mu na ɔno nso abɔ ne ho mmɔden ɛwɔ ɔno ankasa ne private engagement anaasɛ ne private enterprise a watete edwuma a ɔde aba ɔmo mu ha Rock City ne IT into IT a ɛno yɛ biggest IT company ɛwɔ ɔmo mu ha Rock City the biggest hotel ɛwɔ ɔmo mu nyinaa ne Juma as Minister of National Security, Interior, as a Wasamba Minister of Agriculture. Now, I feel so no, Wabon Homode, Adiniva, additional more Abetifi constituency, a point for in FA9. And do Cassandra Marina, Bomu, now, they know at two, Omoa, on your more contest now. Now, party for no GDA, say, the Aquina Nemana, Obetimi, Aqua, him, Francano, Edin Kunimdia Abre.
Me name the format of my engagement with delegates there, but I'm not too sure how interactive they are at here. Delegates ninya kwan and Dr. Brian Champon ekasa omubusa questions and now what are some of the key issues what are some of the key issues that delegates now come so
me I want to make a sense so be a party new
and we a party ni but who a specific duty entina maybe
Enti the Jamaican say akwanya bebre wo ho kwan bebre wo ho a party for no efa so ni Dr. Brian Champon edi in common. Apart from that, so your campaign team all the way to the polling stations many party for no in common. Onankasa so obi oye accessible or approachable the party ni bia no person ni din kita ho a obetimi ne di obi awedi MP efie du mienu die definitely no or sa channels now so obi so siano no na din komo na so obi o assemble person na din komo obetimi ne no edi and our team no so e wo ho a say bibi ba na say ade a say edu ono nkasa na nim so a ya akanya obetimi afa so a obetimi edi ayesa na say campaign say ya ba constituency by constituency there say you can say na hono na party for no babies questions and that is the constituency we are requiring to me free ho and then you can say baby I could be a constituency there be a constituency back and nine thought they be crap now to me a share party for ni be abetifi Rock City na ofiwa sama be 4 constituencies it's the Indian say party so am I na kakra ebetimi dey campaign na yakoto aba it na ahyehyɛ so abobo so a ɛwo be here say yebe constituency bia answer na yakoto aba.
Ochina is a big day because Ochina na mubehunu mu positions on the ballot for January. Minim de doc and kasa na beko akwakwo peke anase obemu obi akọ na for you as a camp more thoughts ahead of tomorrow a day.
Oh, so we are part of the process of some edunas yes to say na remember maswati but we know instead that you be there I know na better is so but part of the electoral process and you know instead that need number bia you say
but what do you mean by you say in terms of marketability, in terms of easy marketing, sometimes positions be a buama messaging is simple. A soro asieho, yeah, it helps with simple messaging. Ntina na mibusa say mo komuno mo ye hopeful say mo benya baby a ebema mo adwuma na ye mre ama mo ana.
No, I mean, in this be a serious political player, be a no, baby, or Dano, be a focus too much on. Number be our generation, we know you just say, number be how far in terms of marketing and communication, but doesn't really mean offer number 1, number 2, number 3, number 5. I know necessarily obedient to Nima and I said, Juma or the and in command the party for the AD and I bet so.
Eric, came fancy and I'm now say, Ochina ballot in New Year will come back to you. Neaji more reactions. Eric Chum ekasama Dr. Brian Champon. Yabeko other camps na yakohe. We booked to speak to the other camps, but Frana I say. Edi ewa oje so eno bekasa. Okasa nso ebeko echiri nso ebeto asum nso a ebesane. Esane a the results beba.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Mame ko ahoma no so na fe me ma kwan na bra mu bi producers say amanfo fra chiri den so mo peso mo ka bi no ma no keka wo ne ade a yama ene fa hyehye mu eneja yenko yenim 0551563916 0555657278 ene o phone lines betimi afre samre na yeden komo no ahyehye so very first caller here already. Hello, good afternoon. Let me say, Pacho, just give me a second. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Pacho, do you need baby Afrifi?
Pacho, because of the temple, so you're Apala.
What's your frozen Apala?
Your friend, you not have Apala.
Okay. Apala from Achim Hifa.
Achim Bososo.
Achim Bososo. Apala Ganet you.
Happy FM.
Ramasi. So na mimi nilika ni dio nyingi no bia tiemu. Na mpacho me ha ye dikan so sem na nyame ya duma ye nyebi no. Ya se ye nye ho adwuma Ghana kana ye no. Ntimi embobo siandi to machine na. Ni be refining wa kana yi so pe kona sikali so mai mu na.
Refinery ni obi nsu ahwa manegu.
Tade na madin wa ni tiasie. Na yariama abrofunu mu na mukono ana mukoro fani be na ni omupa na mbiya mu na je se yitu petrol na ya dum na ye kan e to petrol body na se na adani sendi bi. Hello
baby
Batona dan ko ta ko ba mi no ma no na me se e cash cross no ye sia district assembly for ni offices na ni huni ye kwa oto be ye na mana ya
na me yesanka we program nanka mun free the same number nanka ye kasa but be producer jina here ya me ne wo kasa we obefa number why today
but on from mana ye kasa wa
very well mate me da Pala. Hello, good evening. Pacho dini baby Afrifi.
Baby.
Hey, yento kasa ni yo.
We only have
Francis Ataganet you.
Okay.
Hello, Francis.
Temenka.
Aha, Femitonka. Amen. Francis, wahoma no emunya clear etwetwasi. I don't know why. What be kasa na me hwe? Yenko. Amen.
Bi omanu bi se wo kan obi enu odwo omanu bi omanu wo patala na comment
ahumana ni munye obi wa mamenko. Hello, good evening. Okay, let me take this one. Hello, good evening.
Evening.
Pacho dini baby Afrifi. Hello?
Okay.
Pacho Afemetonka, udini baby Afrifi.
Togbi Akle, Kokom.
Togbi Akle from Kokom, Eastern Region. Ghana to you, Togbi.
Bibi.
Chief.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Recruitment concerning the military recruitment, you know.
Recruitment, okay, a military recruitment, yeah, age, you know.
Yes,
yeah.
Age, you know. They should remain it like that.
They should maintain the near now.
Yes.
Okay.
Na sadano enda osamaye. Wabru.
Happy FM.
Okay, talk with me that say. And one talk with so person or can. Me call my next caller. So, hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Pacho dini baby Afrifi.
We ekasa pita wala.
Idi Ghana you.
Michel, them saying the Juma wine and all.
That's it.
Now, the rest of the Kenya Fena only. I said it. Is former chief of defense Anambra?
Former deputy defense minister.
Defense minister. Them say, Ushe, I don't know, my here we are. Said
ompe dia mpefo ye no kra na so ditum the sense ohwe se soldier e ya honye adwuma na ye kwafo bi a we 35 years 40 years e the rural system no mu okay within 55 a what nipa na ye adwuma no afi nipa na wagogo sa oka football age nipa na 35 years onya 40 or 30 years ya no onya 35 years within short time na nipa na fi the system no mu nti ye be se inform ye the lead for your friends say the two minority your friends say MPs
majority
now I am say for food soldiers. I don't think say food soldiers will phobia ebony because say ka say obi a Ghana ni ye be to ababe the last day crack me rubutu almost 12,000 your friends and that is and the almost system 1 year ni almost your friends say omo payment no yen ka say ma abani ti omoka by food soldiers almost Ghana for Didi, who say I said because and say mamboso be mamboso. O ma pen o share friend say Garaba situation. Or Kabibi, I will say the anke never discuss it. Say corruption ya aye cost o mo we mu. Say your corner say dia ya positive bia na asam de betwi saa. Nti anko no nya ya. Anka yan set your friend say fast track of Yaramboa.
Ene ma boss tape ni saa.
Oh, Nanko bibi move man to move that side you me adwuma nyasa u China ni engineer o she tourist any nika this nika and the side guy ni engineer she coach any shoe nipa me one na just so engineer with me adwuma bibi jeje
the ball is actually in the court of the president opese Chief Justice Esetia fast track high court for sa Auditor General infractions now. President Bitimi aye bibia nsi ne kwan.
Nti mo foma ntum no wontie.
Aso no kofa ba nti me sure say nani abre hu.
Kofa ba no. Tell your car say o dinya stop gravity issue no take state of emergency. And then I change guidance no. We should know what can I ya dey bo man mo foma ntum.
Okay.
Because e kan ma ya chini obi o ya gana me say ya. Then ne kwa within 6 months you didn't say maybe odi for ya didn't enough for you. When we are sika study that's in fact you said I see a car you bought for past 5 years 10 years almost 100 billion to say they are due only 1 and say 1.7 billion now South Korea national amount for butum or estate the whole estate then about quarto who share or the kwanya mbo or the offer the ultimate now man every I nation Bibilasi.
Mr. Meda CD, hello, good evening.
Good evening, Didi.
Pacho Dini, baby, Afrifi.
Medindi Bastero, me Frefi Suhum.
Bastel from Suhum, Ghana, too.
Bastero.
Terror.
Suhum. Suhum MC. Lydia Sela Rasa. And regional communication officer, Kojoda Kwa.
Ghana, too.
Bibi, I'm saying, concerning about military, no.
Yeah.
Akamenkwanka age ni sana MPs no eka no bibi akamenkwanka wan hwe na wan ye bibi fa ho age no
every 25 enko hin
enko 30 35
chusu ba ko 30 35 no ye fan kasem
30 years. Because in the shende soldiers ayo ayen nkola nko a
omuni ebetimi enyo omuni ebenyo omuso mfa so ache
baby ewo musa batinde she obitimi wo bi 30 years ogina ho a utimu se wedo di soje be ye ba chosi age
obohunu no gbran so na koma nni ahoden bo ese ni BP abasisi a
bibi they say concerning tono tama oil refinery no bibi menu be ya adwene se eye 2017 eye 2012 ba no na tama oil refinery na ye juma under the ewa da ko me bo ana bibi
juma kakra
juma yes me da si bibi ntina me pa wa asem no bibi na we fiti 2017 eba 2024 to oil refinery you find oil ba ko kurampo bibi ba say because me ti say o ka say ama condemn na say o chire mu say under John Dramani Mahama first under the ewa da ko na oil refinery na juma
Bastero.
Atuwegi ye call Twitter 2017 eba nya tamoye refana ye jumada. Ye wahano mokubi e kita port. Osuna port bia no hono so me see you oje payment. Bibi, me chop, Bibi.
Basara me dasi.
Me so me dasi. Panyankupo share you power.
But the bigger issue ni say sika yenye free and oil revenue muno eswate by 56%. As a nation, we must be worried. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, senior citizens.
Frederick, leke F1.
Me follow Afonama.
Merekwe me phone. Garnet you.
Yesterday, you go on compulsory leave.
You see that thing, Black Stars had to take over.
And they did not disappoint you.
Exactly, they didn't disappoint at all.
Great. But I'm expecting the coach. There is a few technical challenges that he needs to address before the World Cup.
What did you observe?
No. You see, technically, when you observe the circles that some of the players like Kudus and others play, it seems like there is a little bit change where there are comfortable areas that they turn and then the dribbles and the passes are accurate and everything is papapam. We are not seeing it. So I think it's about the position that he's, the instruction that he's giving them and the circle that he's, choosing for them to play. I hope you understand. It's also counting. So the players are good. Look at the way they played yesterday. They are very determined to do the work. But left with the coach to apply some technical wisdom and let the team improve. That's all.
Okay.
Bibi.
Yes, sir.
The president is saying that there is a need to fast track our judicial service to, sentence some corrupt officials to go and spend some 6 months in Taome Kamba. Is that also?
Yeah.
It's a good news. But the question is, the fugitive that Ghana is looking for, she was sentenced to serve some years in prison. You know the person I'm talking about?
No, sir.
Ferdinand Tamaklo.
Ah, okay.
Which happens to be John Mohammed's appointee.
Maslog.
Where they are hiding outside the country, they're feeding her, giving her, sending her money all the time.
You don't have any evidence of that.
You see, that is what NDC is doing.
Sedina Tamaklo. Wait, Frederick.
They know where the woman is hiding.
Frederick Bojidi.
If you truly want to fight corruption, the people had that have to be prosecuted.
Frederick,
yes.
Take your time. Take your time. Let's not throw out allegations just like that.
Okay.
Sedina Tamaklo is a grown-up woman. I am not sure that the NDC sends money to her for her upkeep wherever she is. Besides,
I am speaking in parable.
Okay, fine. Besides, there was every opportunity for the previous administration to have used diplomatic means to bring her down.
Okay.
That did not happen. But she has been tried in absentia and has been sentenced, which is a conviction.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what the challenge really is.
That is why I'm saying that, fine, the previous government have tried by fighting corruption in some way, by prosecuting these individuals. Is that also? Which happens to be a member of NDC. So if NDC truly want to fight corruption, they should fight it from their home by making sure that that's why I was saying that they know. So some of the party members know where the woman is. They can't say they don't know. They know. Some of them have been having conversation with her. You remember when this Attorney General took over, she quickly dismissed their party members who are facing trial at the court. They dismissed them. And this is the selective justice that they introduced into the country. That is the first time we are experiencing this in Ghana. So if you, the president, you want to fight corruption, people who are facing trial, you are dismissing them that they should go home and then leave the trial. And now today you say when the people, dig their hand into the public purse, you are going to sentence them. Where are you starting from? Because you have to start from your own home. That is the way I have seen it. Secondly, with our internal primary, I think Dr. Baumia is the only candidate that MPP deserves to lead the party. And I hope and pray, no matter position that Dr. Baumia picks, I learned Kwabena Ajia Japan will be disqualified, not because of anything.
His camp,
did not meet.
His camp has issued a statement to deny that.
Okay.
There is an official statement out there.
I saw that on a lot of our MPP platforms.
They refer to it as a rumor that is not true.
Okay, that we pray. If they are five, no matter what, we know Dr. Baumia, we the delegate, we know we are going for Dr. Baumia. We can't go for someone who cannot win power for us. Those things that there's some party other side are saying Dr. Baumia is not a winnable candidate. It's never true. It's never true. If it is like that, John Mahama will never be president and lose election massively 2016. Come back the third time. Then he is not the president of Ghana 2024.
Okay.
So Dr. Baumia, no matter how they brand him, he is the candidate that we are going to vote for to lead the party. And we know 2028 he is going to rescue power from the NDC because this incompetent government, we can't keep them. They can't even pay our workers. Now they wanted to increase the age limit for military from 25 to 30. So my brother, it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
All right.
I think 25 is too much. Yes, it's too much.
25 is too much.
25 is too much.
I see.
You see, military retire ages, I think it's between 50 to 60. Is that also?
It depends
so if
on...
you are 30 before they recruit you, to me, no, I suspect something. I think I smell some fish within the NDC that they have some age limit. Who are grassroots that they wanted to recruit.
Well,
that is why they are suggesting that age.
If you smell a fish, try get some spices so it goes well. Thank you, Frederick.
So we will get
we'll
the spices.
Let's leave it here. Hello, good evening.
All be lie.
All be lie. All be lie. All be lie. How be?
Good evening.
Udini baby Afrifi. Udini all be lie na. Maintain your canny you.
So kind.
Ain't you me?
But I think
I feel now clear.
My member of us in the Juma Swan. Papa Ghana, they are Chemo. Sisia, Ghana for any. My member, Excellency John Dramani Mama, Abasu Papa. Because everybody a Chemo. Some come away. Say, yeah, fast soldier for a word, you know, and this uncommon a bit da. For 8 years, President Akufo-Addo, former President Akufo-Addo, any Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, Ebefa soldier for migration, custom, Yanti bid da say, ye di Yabetia, ya passing soldier for my way. And then Yanya by Papa and then ye discuss it, you know. Say Yabefa ADIC 35, Yabefa 30, Yabefa we ye discuss age, you know. And yes, a boy said on the money Mama Abasu. Any NDC Abasu Pera say, or drink Ghana for or drink youth now. A yes, a more a court line, a two Abama NDC, any SRC John the money Mama. Age in India, medium before age in so. Say age, you know, because we shall so the Jumano, so a Juma a day. So from 18, 25, 30 there, say 18 form. By say will be apply now 1 month. Than age so 2 months than age so. Nay, I did not so say they are failing the panic. Media minister uncle for no.
Because it's make actually we say we did 25 years, 3 months, 1 week into Abroso.
Now we said you now nipa now or yes I no ono de na ano.
And I say mra ye dia to yes 25.
Mra nipa no uti iti de bio. Wanya 1 year aka ni age one ah.
Onam
kwanso. Na wanya de aka ni age no. Bia na ese wo ho. Ana week na wanya aka ni age no. Bia na ese wo ho. De bio mi bisa wo ye fan crofo na. Kama omude beko training no
month ni bi embe kan wana
ebe ba be kan
it is service bibi enyansa be na wum
anyway
mu yesa no mu jai de mu kire kra no
okay
so be go check ni pan head coordination say ni pan o wa ho de obeti na ko training enye age any month na abeka no enti hu gina so be feeling ni pan na wakoto form when you excuse I say the feeling amount for
Matibinia
yes raw
Yefesia
bibi ma min kasa ma bibi misraw obi umani kasa almost 6 minutes umani kasa almost begina line so 6 minutes na umani begina line
intime ma 10 minutes ana
de bi min kasa ba ma mi fa manu si de katin me ko blaster team no do say ye ball mo abaso ba blaster team no enye o se akoche 5 a enye na ye bo se o ma ya ade by coach no ni technical way na enye the way assistant players any baby or the players enye on share na onye bibi enfa.
Okay, me that say me for my last caller. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, baby.
Pachodini baby Afrifi.
Pacho Jobeka ni.
Jobeka ganet you.
Yo. Bibi me pacho. Aban ena prosecute Abuga Pele. Awakodemu no.
Joma Hama ban.
Mpacha me da se. Na me bisawo 8 years entity buyer no. Ubetima omu nipa baako omutima yeden adina asamana kodem ebiana mante ejamu na moye friends representatives ni no ebiana
mo be ka bibi sense yenko anim
mpacha me da se we kire se yesi abanya wo bua maya ku corruption NDC Nampacho victory for aging to media the Ukrainian meaning 30 years and above here because Charlie training and yet training kitwao may kai last 4 years me share papa du pa obema kam na say the way ya juru papa trim no wo mu toy na what you say one just say watra
na kuma
just say me do nya me in fact 40 years kura it's easy this kind of training no anyang kokra training nti misro mo
na so obi a wadi 30 onya kokra
but I say
obi a wadi 30 nya kokra
ofa 30 no ho ahwonde no wo fom
so
chale training there and that for mo heavy power but at least obinya ebia 25 years and some months like 5 months that one at least they should consider say san no ba kan dianka at least nyina ba fo aso so ana ya papa so ba kan say what ye public accounts for no
yeah
in some no mkuka kana menia no kre in some akwaso na no waden it's just not in the corruption can be year 1 year 2 years or ba 1 years can masa obitimi ya careless farmer ye be say the question kura say papa penyim pa na won hu de won ya no fa isu nyama no wo ya no enyen bia no won dwene hu say dachi wa betina table nti say
iskanu wi adia won dachi o
ana won just say won de eko papa penyim wa sabi won kwara won just say
won na banana
banana mu nyina na ye do betina nkwada nim sabi o na ye tututu ano na wonnim kwan ba fa ka na ye tiantia o aba adai
atiatia ne de ba mo ne ha na small girls ne tiantia o kura chen de hu kura de o
bibi ya izo
nye easy ati bom twede nyina
it no ebe ya omun fast track ade no
Jobeka me da se
yo ma de musuma da
ma emrena so 98.9 FM EpaHoaDaben dwumadi ni abedwafo atena se na senior community and Philip Jima atena representing the New Patriotic Party and MPP muno ene imwaye de senior yetete no because ochina flag bearer hopefuls you kwa peke omo positions on the ballot na ya hebebia enkomo no so bekwa kowie number 1 number 2 3 4 or 5 saying ena ebeko ede ama womo Ibrahim mihu wacha kakra
yetu kwan kakra
sa
ga resetting agenda ide yen fa
de monam
ide yen nam
America
last 2 weeks I think say na me wo elembele
okay
na me ne kabo
because ko New York bia
o de bi
elembele
yentime nya mai entutu kwan sa
okay.
o se ehwe na the mesa MPP for the jaye no yetimi ema bibia etoto so se de se na efata ansa na ye wa akwantu obi a yetu na
maybe two
pa just say
maybe two
ebi two but ye na wo mama ye responsibility say die wo say yetimi agina ho na yetimi edie because ya na ye campaign ahodo I mean before the election minim say obekaya bebetena ha he can send bebre
send do kan bebre
be faso ama Ghana fo nyina ho ato mo so ehunu nti say eba na me ja sa responsibility no wo ho na matitutu kwan bia na yese many Ghana for
andiniye
enti eba sa no was say I mean mididi akire especially galamse a kamia koye say eya gu amamwo yi hu fi no e was ye hwe na yetimi correct no
okay
tina me ne pedro mu ne kabore mu ne nam na ye education ahodo bebre eno ntina say wo hu me ha ache no ni nyina ye Ghana kankro
ye koye de
nyame adawro
mo kwadiketi nkofo about illegal mining
of course because
to mo kwa mo se da munyae
ye catchro mo insansanso a ebetimi dia
na omunim
aba ebinimo in fact ye keka ye no ya na etoto obi ebetirim ebi ye bi nwanwa se samom so who the devastating effect ebinim pa so no wo na dwen se nyade a no obesesa wo na asojafo ne you know the task force egu omutre so but wo nim the health you know implication the omo ye no de beba no sometimes ye kasa de etimi ma bebre na ejaye so hunu asmo mo bisa ne se edie ne ebetimi di yensa ye apart from you know galamsey no said ye be yensa ebe ekoya no eno nso eye anamontuo kase a aban yi so ehwe said ye be ya se si omonyai galamsey no ye na woman pe bibi fufuro ebe ye de ne wo se etimi as a support sankrofo no ena ebi nso wo mo a woman anuma ye mo de because a day otiminya be ye you know 4,000 5,000 a day ebi mponya 20,000 a day
excavator operators
I mean Crown Clinton getting GHS graduate bi ho kro monko suku mpoda I mean university graduate watching on penya adwuma anaso obi akonya adwuma ye 20,000 2,000 wajai eko galamsey nya a day 20,000 10,000 wo musa no wo bebi ade wa to say ode be ma omo a ebe so mani to musa no ye finding means and ways a ye betimi omoma ye ni responsibly so hunu emra esefata so so mediso no ye church mo kwan a mefa so aye registration akwaje permits from the Minerals Commission aye no kwan paso said ye be ya eno mo pese wo mo ye dia o metimi aye den atwa so na
eni akwaba
ye koso nyina na ye ya numin eye ya president bi putting the president on the liar menu bibi nkanya se amen galamsey akoye konden a yes every
day Nana put his presidency on the line.
Oh yes, he put his presidency on the line. I mean rhetoric,
and he suffered for it.
Yes, his party suffered for it. But me also for the so
that shows commitment to the fight.
Commitment. What kind of okay. Or putting the presidency on the line.
Akwaba komo enti wabome kwaso komo akwaba pa wabo adwumaden yeda say Philip na Team Ken how far must connect
get connected.
Are you connecting?
Really connected.
Really
connected. I want you to get connected.
Sir.
Yeah, and
so far campaign is saying.
Oh, so far, I mean, it's good. Every day,
every day,
no, can vote, and I appreciate it.
And then to buy then vote
Oh, share on free DMB, free other company. Baona. And my hope as in Yam Beboy. Am I really? Because Oko grounds are the one can say, can you be a or drink and your phone? Sabi, a young penny for be your minds be bring every reach home. He be a former ministers, former president. I mean, only person, Sabi, if you know, nothing yet. By Nami Grace, and I'm gonna be true, baby. I would do no. Say comedy dewa, or nim se comedy, cause a comedy neda. Say, a dear che, na se, uniska bebo, or yria coma, or tia se, because of Famuda.
It's a camera so no niskani.
Kennedy, ne papa, former minister. What does it? It's no Kennedy, ultimate no tina, and then in no.
There's a Ghana, I know your minister, and as we skinny.
Oh. Arise it through the system and what be do be able to know. You will be on man, ne papa cry cannot be recognized in the neighborhood or it will arise in a sort of minister. You can be recognized. Confirmate my bow actually because what to watch a small minor in a certain level. T Kennedy, you be a Sabi, because what tea yam committee no. Caught by this Nejuma more na and the two. My dinner or met a community when you can testify. Every day, when you go for sunlight, queue, every pair and moi. Or sounds so much from school, irrespective of my political background, or yeah, ukoni crew ma, or yeah, and now only politician are, or 37. She Jumadi were the honum. You understand? Tamale, teaching hospital. I can't
watch him. Jumadi Ben, where do you hobby or how we name? To go, what did you my bang? Chilemu, oh, Tony Pano.
Oh, the best mission is Kennedy will be a so funny phone or far phone. Now go about Kennedy. On the only politician as Sebi or Chairman of Ghana. Even COVID time, single-handed, no president.
Which I'm open number one and I'm as your.
Oh, but be didn't bet to be and we are winning the election. But be a bet to know, I didn't bet to be no, he's winning.
Okay.
And yeah, no, yeah, drain a year. 2029 January 7th.
Okay.
In Msinyambe, a Strobekasa Amanyame, Abuama Yasuen in the next president of the Republic of Ghana. Now you're training here share endings for who saw the microphone waste your time. I didn't tell Megasa. A year 2024 December. No more trying your some fuel price. I do a beer in Cedar. Now I'm about fuel price. I drop it about 10 cities as a farmer. You want to. And then I'm buy a full price. And now check it go. You can check on your phone. It been at 14.85. And now I'm looking at world fuel crude at drop it. It been at 14.35. It been at 15. OBOTMBI can testify. These are the people who make a lot of noise. I check Ghana for now somebody hope will bring. We are almost slappy and with taxes on the fuel prices. These are the people we are talking about. Almost Bekachebe promises say a 120 days promise on social contract Jomama Ghana for 0.19. Or catch say or and the galam say within 120 days. And then what are we seeing? You're planting and you're shutting in. These are the people. And then almost buy most of ministries. They are not paying workers. You can go to Ministry of Communication. I don't know about other areas. 9 months in Tiankrofoka. How do you expect them to live? There's more. How do you expect them to pay their children's school fees? These are the people. And you see, they came to waste our time. Tell me, Nyamo Maye, and you will implement it on Galamse ways in Yinano. Yadia status here. The blue guard, a yellow guard, only blue aba. They can't think outside the box. We know them. Is it not the same John Mama 2013? Catcher say he's no magician. He doesn't know how to create jobs. And you're the same person who dooms so light a jiffy himself. These are the people. And figures, tells us, confirm about my MPP because of your own recklessness in Yema, and a man confirm about my. Now, you trust ya, na a year ya benye, ya be brave, Ninyame Pessi did the normal, Omoba. And there's some George, one of the Minister of Communication and Guase Canon. Would you add anything to the communication ministry? Almost a year. Obason Koye, I all come extra time, data boarding, a Bema price number form, and no buy repackaging of the brain. Obeka about DSTV, the same thing repackaging. They talk more than they work, and so that when we're somewhere. And the AG, other communication officer,
okay.
Some day if you can know to ɛna attorney general mom na so boa ɔman no toto nyɛma no ɔno kra da ne communication officer enti ye de di ne ehwe
mate
na mirima no si no enye sɛ ye ka sɛ krofo yi faili ne emra never the can necessary responsible position near share near put on their toes no me adwuma ma Ghana for nyina n'echi.
Okay, Ali Ibrahim yesha nkɔmɔna simfi near adwenkyerɛ 2 members of the majority the abetudwa ene yedi ho nkɔmɔ. The Honorable Sam George proposing say military entry age no anka yempejemu from 25 na yenye no 30. Ghana had a minimum of 18 and a maximum of 25. Or say osusu say anka de 30 a ebe buama emeburu no do na nya adwumaye. The deputy majority chief weapon so say no Christian say party for a hardware pa party for foot soldiers, and he used the word foot soldiers are worried and complaining about the cutoff age. Na osusu say I was say when they review to about 35 and all the countries ahodo a omo metwa ho ahia ne omo ama no nyina omo de aba ebinum de 35 ebi de 30. The enkomona kwae say ebi susu say MDC for per adwuma ma wo party full soldiers enti ne omo suggest say yempija age ni mu ebi nsusu ne say sa move no ebema ye military no ahoden a yehia wo mu no eswate ebe lower standards. I don't know what you make of this matter and where you stand. Mamintio was ankomo.
Thank you very much, BB. So mami sa kwenyen to contribute on this all important, debate and ecoswap. But mami fa wa afidikesi nso na me entia hwefo ne atiefo omo hwete in Ghana fa na nyina ne wiasa fa na nyina.
Pacho before abeto aso na ka me fa the next topic ne so nka homa wo ho. Nanka treaty 2 ni wi nanka Philip nso nya kwa no nso treaty 2 ni mbom preko. So the next one will have to be the PIAC report ababeto dwa ne wo mu ni say any revenue ye heard ni move from oil no swat by 56%.
Okay.
What kind PIAC report tonight is indicating say from 2018 ye major investment bia in the petroleum upstream.
Okay.
Ye ka say so mwaban amende annual budget funding allocation ABFA no emra no mwaban amende ama ne sika yenye free oil mu a yade support projects BT say Agenda 111 Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund omuno see Terminal 3 and ABF allocation ayedema omo per amendment no omunya sa allocation ni biem PIAC itself omo said ne so mbe monitor the way I buying spending oil revenue no per the amendment of the act omusika no so eswate. A lot of projects will be in limbo. But the same abino after wakati we nyina no is putting an ordinary to oil revenue sebeba not the big push agenda. So it is more like big push abe taking center stage as against existing projects I heard him sanka baby including Agenda 111. Until they no so kan homa me na wachire wadwene wo hone akoye.
Yo baby me de kan beda wase. Ma me mfa our fidikesi so njia atifo ne ahwefo nyina na me san enchia menua yi. Say adwuma no ayedian wo won tino akwa aba na homa no na ato campaign ye because wantimi amode homodi a wanhwe ya na tese.
Ebusa no campaign question.
Oh say obisa no campaign question. Now and na madwin wo baby because me na me phone no eya kakra. But you see waka asem ye was metimi rubbish before proceeding. As more kind say you
correct ya na rubbish.
Na say I mean was me rubbish because nya dia ejina. O say I mean ye ba ben mu nkrofo a ye fa o madwuma 8-9 months in ntwi o maka. Bibi nya sa do kan.
Yeah.
Na bisa say I mean ye ba ben mu how many months ni?
Mo 10th month.
Enti ye na ye fa sa nkrofo da dwuma na ye ba ben mu ye fa dwuma ye fu bia asat now because process was here to me follow in employing no financial clearance na se for nya dia ya ye one more free, so our Harriso and Omotime FR party food soldiers, even without thinking of financial clearance.
Nurse Nina or Kasa say Naketua for 10 months.
For 10 months.
Mmae.
Yes.
So Naketua for 10 months in Mae. Na or can semono in early October. Maybe if I do mood December.
Yes. 10 months. Say, yeah,
we're in the 10th month.
10th month, okay. And so we have no hand in the recruitment of such a nurse.
But it is your responsibility to pay them.
No, but the necessary
financial... It's not about who recruited them. You're former Juma.
Just sorry, sir, and Kasawokoye recruitment without doing due diligence. And that is why we criticize such an approach taken by the previous administration. Say, she share was also this war, such as financial clearance, no. In that year, 1 more year, because no one say Omadincho. So our Harriso and Omotimidi food soldiers, I mean, I will call them Ghanaians because, of course, they are also Ghanaians. One more major So you don't expect, say, Yaba be ma afen yebe to tune your mano. We have to do due diligence. Afen yebe financial clearance, I say na efata, and that takes time. So, and what's in assets now?
And so, sadness need your bedjuma, the amobejine.
No, make sure I say it is not the fault of the nurse. If you have any, faults, I was here dema MPP for na buying. Because for be a Jumaya, why wouldn't you make the necessary arrangements and send off on a Juma? Are you interested in just, giving the person a job without any due diligence? San womoye propaganda money to Ghana for be trim said John Mahama, the first time by president of the Republic of Ghana. Well, for Jumaya 4 teachers for 2 years and I say one over 1 year. And at the end of the day, no more 3 months salary. A call Ghana for be trim say NDC are buying about Bemwanya dear with Jumaya 4 which was palpable falsehood. Dear Ekoba any. Some of the district levels, headmasters if one sometimes so omo el pesa womo fan crofobina womo bo omo a prepare appointment letters temporary for majuma at their level. To omo for majuma no mama assurance say a basa government recruitwa won betimi at edioma eden aka ho. At the district level, no, so more be appointment letter. Now on copy be enco national, which is the Ghana Education Service, the Ministry of Education. And now there such a person will be validated. Ye nimso system no mumpo. And tia kopa sano na ekamia ko ese wo modudu bebre na na complain say abaya for majuma. Na sa wo kona on headmaster be kokeka no for majuma. Na at the end of the day, having the top anywhere. Then why should you be accusing the government to actually that woman and man for Juma? It took the intervention of the current vice president Nana Jino Pukwa Juma. 1 or 2 among etime any Ghana Education Service for Ekodi Nkomo. And I'm going to prepare 3 months salary. So please, Monsieur. Yeah, and so now it's too much. And you know a better votes. I think say 25 years no year one more I think it's 2. It's 25 and 27.
25 AF for recruits. And 27 AF for omomoko enlistment officers.
Exactly. I think say age limits no me can several times. So I'm very happy say conversation as sorry.
Okay.
And I remember actually so ama will be bia who say except factor so say age your muscle. I think yes, obvious. Because there are so many able men and women now. Woman who dear, woman person, woman a common minor. Ejna a fight more man as security personnel. Will be a while, bear my grandma, so 32 good years. What means I am very fit, medically fit, as a BBR fit.
To me who said that's all the wedding able.
Yes, you see, but we can't say so. Bia, what did 35 no ago? No, Bia, what did 35, 35 no ago? The man akonya na 35 wo betimi aye adwuma in the next 25 good years.
Yeah, sure.
Aka then any kasa na tie dia na kasa oyefo bi 18 19 na okwa akopembe 40 45 abekasa wo gonto onye den onpon no ho anaso onko retirement. But some of them even exceed 60. So what I say, so that should tell you say age limit no ewo form. We have to open it up. like copy other countries, even the advanced countries, crack. Ebi it was 60, you saying 40 plus 50, 48, 50. So you 4 more. So why should that be different?
That one is not for recruits. It be or special skill.
Yes.
Military here.
Yes.
You are not only be our battlefront.
Yes.
And no, they can consider age and say be away the 35, 40 cry.
But we have other countries.
But we are talking about Omo Ebeko battlefront.
But Cote d'Ivoire, for example, Togo, for example, their age limit was so.
But say untimi fa Togo amim and to Ghana. Ghana was so change in so many ways.
But when you go to some of the advanced countries, they take far more than the age IAFA. You know how many copy omo? Oh, listen. I think it's about time say these two.
Full soldiers.
Yeah, full soldiers. I mean, full soldiers.
Majority chief
whip full soldiers, 18 to 25, 27. They know more now.
Majority chief whip say, "Omo age no omo bro so they complain. Full soldiers na age are omo."
I am not aware of that. And I'm until audio non so.
It is on Twitter. On one or two.
Oh, what today? Say full soldiers.
And they complain. Say omo he no mo can age no.
Now say full soldiers and Kasakra. I know a lot of MPP, people are almost say the process is not fair. Almost say the process is not fair. And so I mean, if they are full soldiers, I don't know Ghanaians, how many Ghana for?
But he described them as NDC food soldiers.
NDC food soldiers, NPP food soldiers. I'm not, I call for the president of the Republic of Ghana, Harry Cotti. Interior Minister. Defense Minister, not no native. Defense native. We had a lot of complaints from the grassroots. But now a complaint said they were willing to serve in the military. At the end of the day, no more the positions, the age limit 18 to 25. And then recruitment
because that's the age requirement.
You see, the people, NDC people on the ground, the grassroots, one more complaining me aware because of say process yen opening NDC food soldiers. And no complaints and amatie. Because menem said MPP time the process of recruitment in Crown, the public is near Kukwem.
Actual military for recruitment be advertised and announced.
And I'm saying, and
a buying and announce enlistment. The military high command and a yes exercise. And buying
military high command is supervised by who? Is it not the defense minister? Yes. And I made sure I would say
it's recruitment men a course within the
a lot.
But which year, for instance?
And
your farm for soldier more ya advertising.
For instance, you say the year 2022-2023, your farm for soldier more
phone
2022-2023. A lot of people made noise about, including the NDC then minority group in parliament. Go see Harry Cotti, a man Crawford baby, no the military or quiet or the compare or be so more soldier and answer a police and fire service.
In fact, the forms,
I don't know the campaign.
The forms call
yes.
Echo cast where Jafforms no baby. More person military. But the question is,
yes, you see, I don't know.
But the question is that is there any? The question is there any evidence to say if I'm called for military anymore now? Omobru age in this one.
Omobru age, there's no evidence on that. I cannot, adduce that evidence. But as at that time, now NPP for ankasa complaining, saying age limit one month the enter so. Kobi or down for MPP, ni be now 25 years, 26 years, 27 years. Now you an opportunity. Now on was some MPP party now channel near Inama. See that agitation never ho.
Roxanne Nelson, the Fema said, I have had many calls from our party foot soldiers regarding the army recruitment and maximum age for prospective applicants. They aren't happy. Ose Unhunu Yente Makancho, this is his handle
And I made sure say
X.
maybe that is said or say no a person watching one to me and church in some yes, from my personal experience, I know say a lot of NDC grassroots for no now fu. They are annoyed to say I come here say process no so fair to the extent say so what say we deputy interior minister defense minister Kwako dim komo about recruitment or catch us no Ali. I will use myself as a typical example. Many, deputy interior defense minister, Broja Jemfi, and they were the same page, national communication page. Many chat pa. Me were Crophobia me and Sabia, one more ato forms, no, our more air fairly. Tonight, me be seven in the chat, na eja jump for the boys. Or catch them and say, Ali, we are many papa, because we have Dr. Samia in name na. We have met on several occasions. Okay. The relationship be very tight. Okay. And I say President Mahama directive Nane said this time no, reset Ghana. To resetting agenda no, recruitment said Akofo Adone need to no. So this time it's going to be on merit. The grassroots of the NDs to go because the current military architecture no, to do na party for. MPP party for and this one recruit to NDC for so party for and mama ko balance ya na uka say process no ko fair and ya na to say do na so I MPP for mako ka MPP already MPP.
How do you describe the current military architecture? These are your words.
Yes.
Say a MPP for when at the top the commanding top president top brass ni nyina de amanko for promotion bi no a 2-star for nyina me no ma baba
president ben awaka no hasem
John Dramani Mahama na so oba ya sesa military top brass. How do you describe the military as in fact the military architecture say MPP nko
na BB president Mahama no say wonya study no enhunu ni ye the gentleman president Mahama, the president of the Republic of Ghana onya yimu one found say we MPP ni and one found say we NDC ni. The here said Juma what the amount say no warrior.
Tell them now osesa the
my typical example.
I don't osesa the top brass of the military.
Oh, well, they were not performing. They were not performing. Me say,
were not performing.
I'm telling you.
And then why the deputy I can't say envoy was ambassador.
Oh, that's how be wait me performing. Reshuffle.
Don't be disrespectful.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest to ourselves.
Don't be disrespectful.
Let's be honest. You see,
don't be disrespectful. The former chief of defense staff was he was not performing.
Just a moment. Let me tell you this. We have all sectors of, the economy and all services, all, government institutions, the president is actually restructuring. As part of the Better Ghana agenda, no, we are resetting everywhere.
Into what restructure, what restructure, no pamonko for a then and no, that's what I say. The military architecture, AMPP.
The current Chief Justice, President Mahama, why not Emmanuel appointment to the Supreme Court?
Military.
Oh yes, you see, I'm saying, I'm giving an example to say. President Mahama no on your fan so ye MPP ni and also ye NDC. See, I'm telling you the reason why grassroots no for President Mahama. I'm telling you, we are in the grassroots. We are the face of the party. Tebia wo TV so radio so and obi hear me, obi enemy. And so the complaints are mainly from the grassroots, from MDC grassroots no.
Okay.
Serious. So what I say. And so say President Mahama per se or reset Ghana, which is good. No, process near fair. I mean, I don't know how it's going to benefit Ghana anyway.
But nobody's talking about an unfair process.
Oh yes, but the age limit,
the issue your people have brought up, the age limit.
I'm saying, this is not the first time we are raising such an issue.
When was the first?
Oh, I told you that during the time of President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, NPP Food Soldier, we had them.
We
were raising serious concerns about the age limits.
Really?
Yes.
Boy.
Go and find. You get result for that.
Oh
yes, but it's something.
On this
it's
date,
something you can verify.
On this date, happyghana.com.
Yes.
It was published to say MPP for soldiers. They say Yepeja age limit. Then we are making progress.
Listeners listen can
you
challenge.
You don't throw it out and tell me to go and find out.
Listeners listen can challenge this. If you have to produce evidence on every single, you know, statement be was
no, I need just statement. When did they? When was the first time Obi raises us?
2020. We catch yourself 2022, 2023. Secret recruitment echoes.
And you know who has 7 America.
Me say age 7 a lot of issues came up because they were considering some party people who were between 18 to 25 years. One more 26 getting to 35. They felt like, why are they being sidelined? Because I'm so a party Juma. A hona, you know, Bruha had in United every buy. So what President Mahama air can so one idea, one question for 1 year, Ghana near was say now of fata. The answer all the requirements are qualified to serve in the military. No, one meeting because I can say research Ghana near taking party interest against the collective interest of the state.
All right.
Yes,
Philip Brem.
Yes, oh, now let's stop it.
I had a problem. They say, who you sue or first time on the
and then we see 1 minute people.
There be patches from when time. You did more than 1 minute. Mamma Philip and Kimby, so that say
exactly. No problem at all.
Yeah, Bibi.
The book the book in my
I don't know what to say. What first I'm what sweaty. What the condition?
What's what you be breathing?
I will have you. I'm more Facebook.
So I mean, in front of wouldn't make church. So I'm finding out. Bibi, Mechia Honorable Kennedy in Japan. We will be casting a memo no buying. Now, so far, so Tias and Quandia in him say 2029 January. You best in Machia Mama a year Christiana Japan. Modern bar omunebo our campaign na inya jitum say on one be the next president na ma chair campaign team communication team members ni nyina me chi omunyina bibi mebra some of tie kano ko amanka ye because o tie condition ya o sweat and nim die o kan no cry e wo mu nyina ne say Some metra ka say aban no nkofo ya adwuma over 9 months in Tiomka. Minister of Communication a journalist go and check me I won't lie. If I be adwuma as far as 2020 omu nyina in Tiomka. O ka bi kire no.
Hey 2020.
Me say answer the time be set or no ka say.
Ya fa nkofo adwuma 2020 in Tiomka. Ene mo bo mo timode papa. Ya be before that sana mote.
Bibi don't choose as American no man no.
What you just said?
No. Me see this start you could two as far as 2020. And a former adwuma. The Tiomka ban we buy for a period of 9 months in Tiomka. As American ni. And no person perception be say a year late recruitment near Barcelona and it doesn't
no, but these are newly recruited teachers and nurses but when you a nurse for your former Juba 4 years into Omoka. When you want your former Juba within 1 year, 10 months into Omoka. When you be ya fan 2020 and we will buy home to that is not what it says.
This is embarrassing.
No, but that's a record. I mean, let me set the record.
No, let me set the record straight. As I can say, minimum for a former Jumum around 2020, 2019.
It's a lie.
Oh, so you allow me to talk.
And Abosmi Bia, and Abosmi Bia, Yetiomuka, Bendisi by
Yetiomuka. Say 9 months. Oh, Billy, what is this?
No, Ali. I'll control myself.
I'll control myself.
I'll control myself.
Ghana.gov. My boy agents no Minister of Communication. You a journalist, go and check. Me did Philip Jima. I can't lie. Some of them I talked to. Apart from my Pamoma, said we almost be dean to say you from late to say performer. No me woman make sure say no more Jumamu for period of about 4 years, 3 years no. Make sure say this year. My boy agencies say Ghana.gov call them. Call DNA almost found DNAR almost in term period of 8 to 9 months. I'm telling you, I can't lie. Journalists, go and check.
But what
now,
is the employment status of those people?
Oh,
have you found out?
From no, the little conversation I had with
one more appointment letters.
No, the little conversation I had with them, they said, "Jama, omuniska." To some George cried, I discussed our cabinets. SNUAC. The person can make a case to say, in this period, I ain't to Uncle Foka. A Joanna Banning to me an accident. If you are banning in the minister's crown, now man's in Tuamaka. What is happening? It's in Unza, do know what encourages corruption. Obey the 20 bus schools, obey the way say, tell you, set has been a byway an accident. Or may it see me, and may say, who station a quachi. Every broad minister of communication, who we have be, Mamma, me the 5 minutes by mount. Be two, may bomb
time and all there.
You understand?
When I'm control time now,
make time now about 5 minutes. No man, you see, people they are not serious. Now talking about small kind, there's no evidence. Just say your time, your recruitment advertising. You are advising, but still not all good one. In fact, any time I can say they get everything online. People were complaining, say, yeah, campaign I got online. Because now you're open to extent no behind access. It may we say, echo fill forms. Now, any particular. Now, obia, me not here can testify. You know me, I'm youth organizer, complain by my home. And most of them, you know, you assist to them online to fill. I you be say buying some person by any nyama basa and the previous administration be it's no what yanom na MP dia farmer cause then ya meet money din made it clear am a Ghana ni biatie o call the page it is there as you pay juma ma e food soldiers. Hey, the question is and Ghana for man am belong to NDC no omo the omo nya Ghana for papa no mami to taxes it's more man
more na NDC food soldiers no so Ghana for.
Of course, I'm ba okasa na wo catch yen say NDC food soldiers and our former jumum. And your unfortunate statement, as some catch in his face. Because Oba Bonti be catch say food soldiers ain't ya just age, you know, to favor MPP NDC food soldiers. Now be so clear say my me not tifie not turn into ma ni back school and need that sope ni ba no so military, you know. Ono de on NDC food soldiers, you know. On your way say yen fan military. But your microphone must sound like what to Obama no. And so more can you.
But say ye peja age limit ni mu a. Sa ma amena na eba no so 27 and not 28 no. No so be opportunity.
On my cash on team say omo peja favor grassroots. You say you ready here. Why are you trying to defend them? What can am Ghana for biati?
So but my point is that regardless of say regardless of say targeted at food soldiers. Omu peja age limit in more. Every other Ghanaian of falling within the age bracket will benefit. And
that's how it's supposed to be. But in the statement, you know, doesn't suggest that. As peja mono, yet to favor Ghanaians. But Ghana for now, I'm saying this a color no. Omu ye campaign ma omu no. Omu no come wasem. As one kwe kasano. Omu kase ye course ne, but it means most of them are above 25 no. Ne how it's very getting worrying towards us here. And don't see any perception of some reason. And that's what we can Ghana for. You understand? But no Ghana for already no almost some lesson. And I never talk about Biam, yes, some talk about mom. Because day in day out we are no and yema air conform. And it's Ghana for no some talk about mom. The main way I say about a year age limit no. You call Ghana Statistical Service. Come up on my website on much says as at 2021. Now age, you know, those between the ages of 15 to 35, you know, are about 38.2%. Which number no kakra. And you know, we're looking at our numbers, you know. Anyhow, we think conversation records of parliament and then come out in discuss, you know.
Parliament, parliamentarians and this but it is not happening in parliament.
Thank you. You understand now? See, Sankomo air course na media personal me position. You may be ambassador me come at for at CSE. Then they will make their own judgment. We share Obia or at the age of a year 2018 to 25. Benefit to home for young Ghana no. A career longevity.
I bet you.
And again, so about adapting military lifestyle, no easy, and a bit easy man, and physically so no condition where fit. You understand? And no, and apart from that, no, otimi esua nyama bebre within the military or young military space no and na wo hwe obi a oya about to 30 years and we no no or maturity in the behu and na oya bi obam on the scale e be fitter where ye or ye Tyler no juma and be benefit we no military no wo hwe ni nyina na eso ni pan medically fit so who was then where they say they're not medically fit, you can't. Come training in your you know. Was stroke
endurance.
You get it. And you come military and cophobia, you train mama up money in our buying. It's and yet at baby I said the politics era. They be because the politics gradually so minor. Yeah, they say state institutions, no. It's a banner the politics a very judicial system. Area police, area military. I'm afraid in the next 10 years, you're not careful Ghana. And what the journalists, Mona de Biamotti Kunso Nechi, Gita Mike, Mokaso Biati, irrespective of the political power, party or Tiwe says so. And Yamabu, I see you guys need to say it in our faces. You understand? And of course, Yanti Kasano, Moka such a Ghana for the Koto Abamai. So that's it. And every public opinion before I buy baby Biano. Or the top public and listen to their opinion before by rising to second it. Oh, baby, they may kind of say any yenti. What you are being unfair. Oh, you see, the point is that the reason why I talk about no, all the power, any money. So it's yours. Oh, baby. Intimunti. Mama plus or mama time. Mama come on some. You see how I need to carry Simon. And non tea na sinko fu aso aye ka central munti no. Ah ne pa na si o maso. And na wo hwe amo parliament no ma shefubu. As wiase nyina yo mo dia. Man we tia no no. O tia no no. Cause say wiase nyina ne dia. Nso ni bibia nyansam bia oni trim. To quiet the crown or twa no asifom. Asi to kokonansi nyansa ne so no but onim say Ghana for the two man say omre ne ho ase no nso mo you understand they be make say Ghana for the two mercy enso to ma ho so a ene Ghana for be chi obi kakra tia ba nyama bia ne nkofo ka say enye osuafiri mu yenye say yantie to the stand cross say yen parliamentarians some of them anytime was you understand. Some of them, it's and no nyema emia to abatiao because Ghana nino epe boho. Also command a bicycle. Also a swansi about panisho. And Ghana, the neck galam say, I say Ghana, almost so about 3 plants or so. Then you're shutting it down. And mama share boss a campaigns or born no beko. You go after the campaigns and then the vulnerable ones not chum. It's and nyema kosono. Nyema sabi ya tanya pofron under this administration. By be no amatima o getting it right. By be no getting it right. I won't say nyema getting it right. And nyema is also what do you call it? And nyema call from price and goods and services. Things were coming down. What track it from a year 2020 2021. Trend metro say not every day be an nyema bafom. Connect COVID air connect nyema kofom. They've done nothing. Over so a year Ato is forcing. Ato is forcing. But in reality, they've done nothing.
Philip, may I say?
Oh,
under 1 minute.
Yes, under 1 minute, Mr. Philip say, recapturing power. And about say, Ube to try and throw the good from him. As small better hack, say, I buy a woman of a 4 module 2020. I buy bet was on 1 million salary, no. Evidence ben or the big agents for Casasemi.
My man agency.
Oh, Massa.
I can't put somebody's person.
No,
make open.
Oh, it is not true.
Yes, they go after them.
Oil be now pale.
He's lying. I'm here. He's lying right in my face.
Said the same thing about him.
Now what? You are peddling false for Sanko for a 4 Module 2020. I buy 2025 January. Yes, you are 9 months.
Ministers,
me say, no cressa, Kagana Hayati, Bibi, and Kawana complain was to you.
Demonstrations.
Demonstrations.
No, me more 2 numbers.
It's only too much. Where's that?
Listen me more 2 numbers.
Oh, no numbers obey.
2 numbers I mean here.
Some questions.
I say, yeah, of course, one kaye
me ti he number ba ko pe na me. Ana wa. But mama number be me sika ya. Philip Juma me da say Ali Ibrahim me da say me that team so say Joel Sanko, Jimaima and Collins. Up next, Happy Kasia Bono Sia de no. And that's coming up right now. We didn't Bismark Brown. Enjoy the rest of our programs. Yami ado mo china.